Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Mr. and Mrs. E.
Launch sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best grand E, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Auntie, is that you? Yes. Bring in the crime dogs. It's time.
Unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mr. E Crimecast. I am Mr. E. I am joined tonight by Mrs. E and our guest, Auntie. How are you doing, Auntie?
I'm freezing.
So how cold is it there?
This morning it was like 35, which is
Yeah.
very unusual. It got up to about 58 today. I didn't get to 60, and it's supposed to get back down to about 40 or 36 tonight, and then we're supposed to. It's supposed to perk back up after tomorrow, but it's not. It's a lot colder than I like. I don't like wearing sweatshirts, so.
Yeah, we were in the 20s this morning.
Whew.
So that's that's weird. We weren't quite prepared for that. It's like we didn't get a chance to dip a toe in and kind of like work our way up to this. It was like beautiful, and then just the tundra,
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, this is not Mrs. E's favorite kind of weather either.
No, it's not.
Not at all. I mean, we had snow yesterday, like flurries, going. It was crazy. 33 degrees over here on the Gulf Coast. That's
On the Gulf
wild.
Coast, 33. Yeah. Yikes.
But I'd like to welcome everyone in, and thank you, Sharon Marlowe, for the gifted 5 Mr. E Crimecast memberships. You are a wonderful supporter of us. We do appreciate that. And she's always a great follow on X too, if you're on that app as well. But I just want to thank everybody for being here. We appreciate all of our mods. I saw a few dreaming of blue skies and sandy beaches, and Real Me Too. PJC is here. Thank you for being here. And I think somebody else became a member. So
We had a couple.
Lisa A. I can't quite click on it for some reason.
And Daisy Duke gifted a membership.
So thank you, Daisy Duke, for the gifted membership, and thank you, Lisa A, for becoming a member. So we much appreciate that. And StreamYard's acting funny for me too on the clicking there. I don't know why.
It won't let me click on StreamYard anymore. I don't know what's going on.
So
Well, if you received a gifted membership from Daisy Duke or Sharon Marlowe, please tell them thank you. We appreciate it very much.
And we appreciate everybody welcoming us back also. We have been away for a while, and figure so we did a stream on Friday. It's been the first time in about 7 weeks since our son had been in the hospital. Figured we would do one tonight because we're not going outside anyway. So may as well fire up a live stream and do this. And of course, we had a lot to catch up on this case anyway. But we do appreciate all the prayers and well wishes. And we are, if you didn't catch our update on Friday, but we do appreciate it. We are back home, and we're recovering and working through everything we need to do. But we do appreciate the prayers if you do that kind of thing, or even if you don't, actually.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. But many of you have been so supportive and patient with us, and we appreciate that. So you have anything you want to get into before we kind of hop into this, or what do you think?
Let's see. I don't think so.
Okay.
For the audio we may be playing, you might want to do a little trigger warning because it's not our typical, language. So
just kind of set up what we're going to do too. Yeah. So we're playing a lot of different audio tonight because we've been away for, we had been gone for about 7 months from the surgery on.
Not months.
Weeks.
For weeks, right. For about 7 weeks while we were in rehab and doing all those
7
things.
months, they wouldn't remember our names.
And about a month, I didn't even look at YouTube at all. And so I really had to kind of catch up on what was going on. And there's been a lot of movement on the Sebastian Rogers case. So this is the one we kind of needed to get caught up on the most. Because there's just been so much leaked audio and information that's come out. I think we're going to try to kind of tie it all in tonight, and
we might get through it all.
we may not play everything tonight. We'll definitely play the latest audio.
Detective Mom felt like 7 months. Oh,
It did to me too. It felt like a long time.
Auntie was like pushy about it. She was like, "Hey,
I was like, are we ever going to get back on?" I'm not the one dealing with everything, so I understand.
By the way, Aunt E, I don't know if you noticed, but I got a plant. Do you see it?
Is it alive?
It is. It's a mother-in-law's tongue.
Oh, those are great for the air in your home.
That's why I got them.
She got a few plants for the house. It is nice to have the green around. We don't usually do that.
For those of you that are local to the area, Sam's has them on clearance.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was only $11.
Oh, wow. That's a nice one.
I know.
It's a different type of mother-in-law's tongue that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter has a absolute green thumb. She can grow anything. She has a monstera that is bigger than a refrigerator and about 3 feet taller than her. It's humongous. She's great at growing things. So if
Oh,
you ever have a
sorry.
problem, let her know and she'll come over
Well,
and
I know.
doctor it.
Well, I was gonna say I did replant her some of the succulents.
Oh,
Too.
good. Detective
But
Mom said she got a monstera on clearance at Sam's
yeah,
So got the same deal there.
yesterday.
yes, it's awesome. So, and I
Yeah.
got a rubber tree plant too. So terribly exciting in our life right now. I made fiesta chicken for dinner.
Yum.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, maybe things aren't too crazy exciting for us right now, but
Right. Well,
that's
Middle
okay.
E had a treatment today.
We did. We'd have a treatment.
And
Well,
they were gone all day. So
they're very sweet there too, because they come by and they try to check in on him and talk to him. Say, so what have you been doing? I said, well, we're really not doing anything. We're at home. We're at therapy pretty much. And but I mean, they're great. It's kind of, so but that's kind of what's going on. Melissa French has been a member for 13 months. And she says, good to see you. It's great to appreciate you being
That's
here with us
sweet,
for
Melissa.
13 months.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, the name changes. Sweet Melissa.
Fiesta chicken, super easy. If you have an Instant Pot or a crock pot, you put chicken in there and then you add, I do a couple of chicken breasts. What else is in it? A can of black beans or 2 cans of Rotel, 2 cans of corn. And this time I did 2 cream cheese blocks.
Ooh.
And then you put in taco seasoning and ranch together. You mix them together, put it in there for the seasoning. And you do it in an Instant Pot, 24 minutes later, you've got a meal. And if you do it in a crock pot, I would do it in the morning or after around lunchtime for dinner. And
Do you shred the chicken and then you serve it over chips, or
You've had it at my house before?
I don't think I have.
Yes. Well, I know Mom loves it, but I do serve it over rice. And then I add tortilla chips or Fritos just for fun.
If Mrs. E is cooking, it's usually with the pressure cooker.
I love the pressure cooker.
I'm scared of the pressure cooker.
I love it.
Because you know how they make them, they use them as bombs sometimes, right? Like they rig them to. So I always have that in the back of my mind about these things exploding. So they make me nervous.
Well, maybe I'll just make it sometime. Maybe I can have a. Well, no, it'd be weird, wouldn't it, if I did it?
Oh, like stream a pressure cooker?
Stream, like make the Fiesta chicken.
Make a meal on. Yeah, people
Sure.
love to see people cook for some reason. But I did get some great ideas from people when I watch those cooking, when people are cooking and stuff. So I like to watch some of those TikToks and videos of people making dishes.
Yeah, that Fiesta chicken one is a really good one. The kids always love that.
There's no reason to be afraid of a pressure cooker, though. After you get used to it, it's easy. Now, I am afraid of can. I'm afraid I'm going to do something wrong and get salmonella or something.
Yeah, me too. I would love to can, and plus I have no storage, so I couldn't do it.
So, honestly, would like the recipe.
You know what? I will. I'll put that up for you guys. I already put it away for the night, or I would take a picture of it. It's very good though.
Yeah.
So, but I will put that up.
And
Remind
RJ.
me to do that, Aunt E. She's the one that tells me to do everything. So.
Well, we are glad to be back. I know a lot of we got some folks during the daytime on Friday, but we know a lot of folks are nighttime people with the dog.
Oh,
she's doing her
oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She was like, "What's that beat? That sound?" It was
Yeah.
like, da-da-da-da-da. It's the dogs. But
Can you hear it?
No,
maybe
I can't
shift
hear
her a little there. Can you shift her a bit so she's not right on the table?
I can't hear her at all, so you're good.
For us,
She's
it's
on the
like
yeah.
it's like that here.
Oh, perfectly imperfect boys one. We're just getting started. You haven't missed a thing. So
We're
glad
just
you
being
can join
kind of
us.
silly, just kind of talking.
Yeah, kind of warming up, I guess, actually, because we're a little rusty
Oh.
on all this anyway. But we do have a
Thanks,
lot of
Lisa.
folks here. We should get into it.
Lisa said
Botulism.
botulism. Sorry, I said salmonella. Didn't I? That's from chicken.
Botulism comes from things improperly canned.
Yeah, my grandmother,
know that.
both of our grandmothers canned, and nobody ever got sick. So they knew what they were doing, but I would not even want to try it.
Our grandmother, I don't know, on our mom's side, would cook what is it, like a vegetable soup, but she would go ahead and put the meat in it and can.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Ask mom. Ask
Mm-mm.
mom.
She did a vegetable mix, but she didn't put the meat in there.
I remember the meat being in there.
You can't put meat in a can.
You
and
sure
put it
can.
on the shelf. I don't think so.
Yes.
Hawaiian
Oh, I
chicken.
spy. Thank
That
you.
might
I
be
have no
good.
idea about where I got these glasses. I broke the ones I had on, so I grabbed another pair, and these I don't even know. I can barely see out of them anyway. So, but thank you. I love the leopard print glasses and the
She
big
probably
frame.
got them on Amazon though, quite frankly.
Either there or TJ Maxx. I'm big at going to TJ Maxx, or there's a couple different ones I order offline that I like too. Peepers. They have some great ones online, and they have, if for those of you like me who have to have readers on all the time, they've got the ones with the bifocal type lens where it's clear at the top. And
Granny says no, I'm wrong.
I told you. And then it's the magnifying at the bottom, and those are really nice too. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. But no, she did not can meat.
And Just My Girls, thank you for becoming a member. We appreciate you very much for the support there.
And Mom of Angel said a lot of folks can meat. To be honest, I did not know that, but canned meat would scare me.
So I want to kind of set up what we're going to do tonight, and kind of how I hope we're going to tie this all together.
Okay.
Just all the recent developments over the last 2 months. So I never want to take for granted either that maybe this is your first time catching us and you're not familiar with the Sebastian Rogers case. I have met a lot of folks over the last several months that are checking out our channel for the first time. So Sebastian Rogers has been a case that we have probably covered more than any other since our inception 2 years ago. And
it's not been 2 years yet.
It's pretty close.
So Sebastian
Year and a
Rogers, at 15 years old, disappeared in February of 2024, seemingly without a trace, not caught on video, without his shoes. And it's been one of those. It's been a fascinating, really a difficult case to understand because there is so little evidence, which some people will say no evidence is actually evidence of something, right?
Right.
So he disappeared in the middle of his home, of his neighborhood, at his home, which is a upper middle class suburb in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And there has been no sign of him since. There was a massive search, and we don't know what happened. We don't know if he's out there. We don't know if there's foul play. Nowadays, Sumner County's kind of quiet largely on the case. They rarely talk at all. We had a statement from the FBI a few months ago, but largely whatever's going on is going on behind the scenes. But things do come out. Things do kind of leak, and there's been a lot of information from the parents, both the Proudfoot and Seth have spoken a great deal over the last, ever since he disappeared. And what's been coming out lately over the last 2 months have been a lot of leaked videos and audios from those early days in the investigation. And, in my mind, the closer you can get to the disappearance date with any interviews and conversations, the more valuable that is, because it's closer to the actual event. And then, of course, Chris came out and spoke just recently on another live stream. And I don't know why all these things seem to be happening in the last couple of months. You would think this case would just be going ice cold at the moment, but it's kind of not. We have learned things from this too. So we've got Chris and a few leaked audio. We've got Katie and at least one leaked audio. The former sheriff before he passed away of Sumner County and audio. A few YouTubers, Nerdy Addict and the Hatfield and McCoy Museum people. I mean, there's just been a lot kind of coming out. So I think, and we're going to get into the new one tonight. We're going to be our main focus. It's going to be this 20-minute audio that was caught by, I assume, the PI that was speaking to the Proudfoot very early in her work on this missing person case.
Day 50.
Oh, it's from day 50. Okay, good. So it'd be April probably. Yeah, probably late April, I would guess.
Somebody asked if Mr. E, Aunt E, brother and sister. No, I'm actually
Mrs.
Mrs. E's barely any older sister.
A lot older, a lot older. She just aged better than I did. I've got the wrinkles, which goes back to our Botox discussion from the other day.
So I think the place to me to start though is actually kind of the some of the things that came from Nerdy Addict. And this was not someone I was particularly familiar with. I'm still not actually. I think I'd seen all of one X post of his before.
Oh,
well, thank you, Dreaming of Blue Skies.
I mean, okay, you do it.
For
Can't.
the super sticker. We appreciate you. Of course, Dreaming is one of the best out there, and we appreciate her support so much. What was the sticker?
It says you are amazing, and it's an avocado dancing.
The avocado. Yeah.
Cute.
Thank you so much, Dreaming.
It's a big avocado.
It's so cute.
So there, if you're not, so I listened to everything Nerdy Addict had to say about this. Not being familiar, I have no idea about his track record. I have no idea how he's done on other cases in the past. Just after listening and kind of following that, I'll just tell you my impression of the information that he did have with those conversations with Chris was that I didn't believe that he was lying about any of that. Some of his information may not have been good that he received, but he believed largely what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he believes these things were told. Maybe he misunderstood a thing, got dates wrong, whatever, that's possible. But I got the feeling just listening to him that what he was saying was truthful. Did you listen to this, Auntie?
No.
Did you listen to Nerdy Addict?
No, I may have listened to a little bit of that one. That was the only one of any of their videos that I have listened to at all. It was just a few minutes of that one, and then the sheriff. I've heard that video and listened to it. I thought it
No,
was
that was
the Nerdy Addict would be like a month or two ago.
It's a different creator.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. Yes, I heard a little bit of that back a while ago, and I didn't listen to all of it. And then I listened to the sheriff, but I've not listened to any of the new stuff with Chris or Katie or any of that.
So, well, from what Nerdy Addict had, he had 3 items that he was saying that Chris in these conversations, he was giving him that he wanted held back. And for whatever reason, Nerdy Addict just decided to put it out there anyway. So one of these things was, I guess, information about Sebastian, behavioral issues and that kind of thing, which great. We're not going to get into anything like that either. Another had to do with the canines and where they tracked, up through a couple of neighbors' yards and down to the dam. We might talk about that a little later at some point.
Because we did take that drive.
Yeah. So we may go into that later and kind of consider what that might actually mean. But to me, the most important part was that their home was searched a year later with a search warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know this, Auntie? Do you know that this happened? Have we talked? I don't know.
That's the part that I heard him talking about.
Okay.
But I didn't hear all of it.
Okay.
So give me the down low.
So this is my understanding of what happened is that sometime around the 1-year anniversary of Sebastian being gone, there was a search warrant on their home, and they were able to seize several cameras. 3 is a number I've heard a few times. I'm not exactly sure how many from inside the house, and that when asked, these warrants were sealed by court order.
Mm-hmm.
So that is maybe the biggest. I mean, I don't know. To me, that was some of the biggest news that's come out of this case since the early weeks, really. And I don't know what I don't know. Like I said, I was so unplugged from YouTube for a while. I don't know what other people's
have said about
this. I don't know what other people's interpretation of this was. But for me, it's massive that this is happening. So go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if you remember at the time, we thought it had to do with the Bullhorn Betty case. When because people were reporting that there was a police presence and all this different stuff around their house at that time. And
I remember that back then. Yes.
Yes. And we thought it was a subpoena to appear in court for Bullhorn Betty.
Right.
Yes.
And it turns out that's not what it was. There was one, but that wasn't the same thing.
And just the way the whole, I remember around that 1-year anniversary, there was just a lot of weird stuff going on. So maybe February 7th and
April.
2nd.
Hmm.
That's yeah. I mean, well, we know it. So now we know in a way of at least 2. And so I'm not sure what you're getting at on April 2nd. I don't know what that could be alluding to. But certainly possible. So we know they did at least the land search or the landfill search.
Mhm.
So they had to have a warrant for that, and they had to have one for this that would have to be separate.
Right.
And
I remember what Brenda's talking about. She said audio said it was a warrant - criminal. And we thought they were serving the warrant, not a warrant, but just notice to appear for court. Remember that?
Right.
Yes.
Remember when they on the radio?
I forgot all about that. You're right.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if that was it at that time.
Yeah.
And I would just like to
around
point out,
Yeah, go ahead.
while it's on the screen, is that we've said this a million times that Sumner County likes to do stuff around certain dates.
Well,
Look
I
at-
was,
and
so we had all these weird things happening around that time. And we were getting the feeling we were thinking that there might even be arrests coming around that 1 year mark or so. It just seemed things were really active. It seemed in the case. We were just hearing a lot of stuff, and but apparently this was happening, and we didn't really realize it.
well, we know some other things that were happening that we're not allowed to talk about.
Right.
So. But
Right. But so we just had we had a feeling. I want to pull something up here.
Hi, Katie. What can I do?
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Trespass my-
I didn't mean that one yet.
oh, is it blurry?
I just paused it.
No, but I'm afraid it's blurry.
I meant to do something
Let
else
me look
anyway.
at it. Let's see. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's just the way it was looking on there.
So this is why I think it's so incredibly important. I know that a lot of people have the theory that Sumner County has been corrupt through the whole investigation, and I've never believed that. I've never believed that this has been a top-down cover-up on the case. I think it's possible they could have a friend somewhere in a position. What?
I just heard something. I'll just make sure
heard a
Middle
noise.
East okay.
Yeah. I've just never thought it was a top-down corruption issue. I've always thought there was been an investigation going on, and mainly because there's been activity, and they could have just, it would have been, if they just wanted to make this thing go away, they could have just made this thing go away after week 1 and said, well, this is a runaway. Yeah, there's no investigation. This is a runaway. The parents are cleared. And what would we be able to do about it? Really nothing at all. They could close the case and we would have no power in it. But they've kept it open. They've kept a detective assigned to it. And clearly they're active because they're serving warrants even at least 1 year later. Like Hindsight was saying, there could be 3 or more that we don't know about. The landfill we weren't supposed to know about. Somebody leaked that to Nick Barris, or we never would have known that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I have always believed that there's a case being built. I don't know if they have enough evidence. I don't know if it's maybe just one of those things where they never actually bring charges. But I think they're building the case. And
Boy, it's taken them a long time.
it is.
Again, I like to point out the Dylan Redwine took a decade. Right?
Yeah, gosh, I just can't imagine that this will take a decade.
You,
But I know what you're saying. It's just frustrating that it takes this long to build a case.
I would rather them take their time and build a case for whoever did this that's rock solid, rather than somebody to go to
Definitely.
court and not be prepared. I mean, like we've said with Megan Boswell, we watched the Megan Boswell case. For those of you, shout out to those of you who watched it with us. They had a rock solid case, and it was iffy.
It was iffy.
It was scary.
They didn't on Megan Boswell. They didn't really even know exactly when
Mm-hmm.
the little baby was
But
killed.
they at least had
really
a
didn't
body.
know.
They at least
Yeah.
had a body with that case.
But they didn't
They
have
even
a
had-
witness to it. It was it was a little shaky, but they got it. They did get it.
Right, but
Um,
there were some moments there when we felt like they had a home run, and they were not. I don't know. They weren't executing the way we wanted it to be executed, I guess.
So one of the things,
Girl mom says she thinks that she believes they got close to a confession.
Well, that would explain that was another thing I think that was it Nerdy Addict had said. I think you told me this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he also talk about them lawyering up?
yes. Yeah, I think he
And
did.
that is, we can confirm that we had heard that as well from a
that
very
was,
solid source.
That was pretty early on too. Wasn't it? Was before a year.
What are we?
No, he's okay.
Where are we going? I hope we're not going upstairs.
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
Do
we? Is he not walking with his cane?
He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine. So why this is so important?
Real quick, want to be sleuthing something? Yes, we can see you. Sorry, we're just kind of. I got a little nervous. I heard Middle E might have.
He just dropped his cane.
He dropped what?
He dropped his cane, but he picked it up.
Oh, okay. That's scary.
She said
he was just looking over, kind of like, sorry.
No, I just want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, no, he's okay.
No, we see you, and we're glad you're here. We're so glad you could join us again.
Yeah, and good to see everyone. Once I get into clicking on different screens, I can't see the chat, so I will be away from it for a bit here. So this is why this is so important to me, because what we've been doing or trying to do ever since we started getting into the Sebastian Rogers case is look at all the possibilities and really through deductive logic, narrow it down to what happened to Sebastian. And one point we've been trying to make that we've gotten a lot of pushback from. And one of the ways we can tell we're over the target is when we start getting a lot of attention, because we usually don't get much. But whenever we started honing in on this, is the fact that this is a criminal investigation. Anytime we say that, we've gotten them out of the woodwork coming after us,
attacking.
Yeah, that's one of those topics that will get their attention because they desperately do not want us to believe that. But it is. It's always been. We knew it at least since last summer. It's been obvious. But here to serve this warrant on their home a year later, they are absolutely running a criminal investigation. Sure. There is no question anymore that that's what this is.
Right.
And I want to pull a quote from Chris. So he was on a panel the other night. And we're not going to talk about the panel, by the way. We're not getting into the drama or rumors and things of that nature.
Sharon Marlowe gifted 5 more memberships. Thank you, Sharon Marlowe. If you received a gifted membership from Sharon Marlowe, please tell her thank you. And that's very sweet of you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. We appreciate it. I know that's been a hot topic for everyone. All the drama things that happen and all the rumors that get put out there, but we're not covering any of that part of it. But when the parents talk, it's interesting, and I did want to take note of things that he said.
Okay.
On that panel. So at one point he says, "There's no evidence of foul play. There's nothing. So there shouldn't be any question about what happened to Sebastian with Katie or anything of that nature. Shouldn't exist anymore because I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to."
Can you go slower?
Okay.
Can you?
Now, who's saying this, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, he heard it on it was a very organic, weird thing that happened. We don't usually hear that stuff, and we just happened to be in a situation where we're like, "What is going on?"
Oh yeah. Well, I think everybody knows about this at this point. So this was at one point during this stream, there was Chris Proudfoot joins in, and he makes some interesting statements in there. He says at one point, "There's no evidence of foul play. There's nothing. So there shouldn't be any question about what happened to Sebastian with Katie or anything of that nature. Shouldn't exist anymore because I'm going to tell you now, and I'm going to hurt some feelings when I say this. Nobody is smarter than the FBI, the TBI." She says TBI, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and what other agencies was involved in this. Because I'll say y'all might be smart people, but you don't have the experience and you don't got the education of doing it all from these years, or experience added up is not enough compared to y'all. I'm telling y'all, And then he goes on about this. So I agree with him. Actually, I think the FBI, TBI, they are the experienced people. The Sumner County, they do have it all together. They know what they're doing, and that's why they've launched a criminal investigation. That's why we watch their actions. By watching their actions, we know what they're thinking.
You're right.
They're thinking we need to get your cameras. We needed to come in your home and seize your 3 cameras. And
So
they had to have had probable cause.
Do you think
That's
that
not
had
us
anything
saying
to
that.
do, with the garbage? Because I don't think the garbage was them looking for cameras.
I think those are 2 separate things.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I've heard some people say, well, maybe they were looking for the cameras in the garbage.
Not these cameras though, but these are, and
Right.
this is a year later. So they
Well, and then another thing, we know that Chris's ex-wife said that he had cameras around his house. She mentioned it because it made her uncomfortable. And she talked about that some when she was being interviewed about cameras specifically. And I was like, that's interesting, because no cameras were, they never said anything about cameras at the beginning of the investigation.
Well, they did say they installed cameras after Sebastian went missing.
Yes.
But they can't do this just willy-nilly, right?
I'll
So
tell
they
you
can't-
something else. Somebody just blessed
Sure.
mom 37 said Nerdy stated TBI and Sumner County have differing opinions on what happened to Sebastian. And that's another thing that rung true to us that we had also heard. So that was interesting.
So there are some things that he said that we knew to be true that weren't out in the public.
Mm-hmm.
So that he's getting from different places.
Mm-hmm.
So that was another reason I tend to think that he's not wholesale making anything up.
Right.
Plus, after this happened, several of the creators that are close with Chris came out and confirmed it about this warrants. And there's no reason for all these people to make up this whole warrant situation. And if they had, certainly Chris would have come out and blasted all of them on that same panel. Why are you making this up about my cameras being seized? He didn't take the opportunity to do that. So you have to assume that this happened. For them to come in and do this, I just want to go over what what probable cause would mean. So this is from Cornell Law School, which I reference frequently on this channel. But it says probable cause is a requirement under the 4th Amendment that must generally be satisfied before police make an arrest, conduct a search, or obtain a warrant. Probable cause exists when the facts and circumstances within an officer's knowledge would lead a reasonable person to believe that a crime has been committed or that evidence of a crime is present in a specific location for a search. So they have to have evidence of a crime is present in a specific location. So something took them to the landfill of a crime, not a runaway, not a lost child in the neighborhood. Those didn't happen. At least that's not what Chris says the smartest people in the room are. The TBI, the FBI, the STF, all these people doing these warrants. What they believe is that there's a crime and that there's evidence of that crime in his house. And it's on those 3 cameras that they obtained and were in the landfill. And that they had a very good reason to believe that, right? That's what this means. So we now know, we did already know. But we've got a really good idea that Sebastian did not wander away and get lost. He didn't go wandering down Drake's Creek. That all that did not happen. He's not a runaway living out there on the streets. There was a crime committed against Sebastian. What the crime is, we don't know.
Right. It could.
He could be abducted somewhere. Right. He could have been sent off somewhere hidden, which would be a crime, of course, in the situation, or he may not be with us any longer. But that's what they believe. The smartest people that we should be listening to. And we are listening to them. If you follow their actions, you know that this is a crime. So hopefully we can finally put that debate to bed, that this has always been a criminal investigation.
Girl Mom had something interesting I wanted you to read. And she says, I do not know. I do know they had a baby monitor or camera, and Chris would talk through that. There was an incident where cops came to their house, and Chris was in Memphis, and he talked to the cop through the camera. Interesting.
Yeah. I think this
I would
camera
like to-
situation for
I would
them,
like to see that.
there's
I'd
a
like to know that.
controlling element to that household that we'll see actually in this audio we're going to listen to in a little bit. I don't know. I didn't know that about the baby monitor.
Girl mom, if we should talk about that offline. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Oh, Kansas City Chiefs for life. Good to see you. Ease continued prayers. Member for 13 months. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Holly S. Hello, Holly. She became a member, but Holly was a member. I think she might have just renewed. But thank you, Holly. We appreciate you so much. Oh, hi, Perry. Nice to see you as well. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm kind of wanting to get through this part about the probable cause, just so we kind of have
He's tunnel vision. I'll just be quiet.
Nailed it. No, it's okay. And probable cause is not even the lowest standard. Reasonable suspicion is the lowest standard. Probable cause is a higher standard. And you have to, and we've talked about this before, that you have to, if you're wanting to do this warrant, you got to take it to your boss, and the boss has got to take it to the judge and the DA. You've got to get signed off through multiple people. So all these people have to agree. Yeah, I think you're going to get some evidence on those 3 cameras, or yeah, I think you're going to find something relevant to this case in the landfill. We don't know if they got anything or not, but they had a very good reason to do that, right? And then I'm going to scroll down to search warrants. Probable cause exists when there's a fair probability that a search will uncover evidence of a crime. For warrantless searches, probable cause may be demonstrated through later testimony. For warrant-based searches, it must be supported by an affidavit or recorded testimony describing the basis for the belief. Okay, so a judge may issue a search warrant when the supporting affidavit contains credible facts establishing probable cause. Affidavits frequently rely on police observations, and officers' training and experience are relevant in assessing. Doesn't mean anyone's guilty. It doesn't mean anything about who did what. We don't know what the crime is. We know Sebastian's not here. We just know it's a crime. And whatever crime they think, they think there's something about those 3 cameras that could help them solve the crime or or build a case. And they think something was in their garbage because they went to their landfill with the same thing. So I mean, that there's really only one, there's one direction that all of this keeps taking us if you're actually interested in the truth of it, right? Any thoughts on that before I go on to the next thing about this probable cause, or do you think that kind of?
I think it just kind of solidifies that we know that there is still ongoing criminal, pursuit, or it wouldn't be where it is now, and there wouldn't still be. We wouldn't hear that there were search warrants. That we wouldn't have had any of that. So I mean, it just solidifies it by understanding it.
Yeah, and I'm not really allowed to talk unless my husband's here. Oh, wait, he is.
What?
I'm just making fun of somebody.
Oh. Oh, in chat.
No, did you not hear what I said?
No.
I said I'm not allowed to talk unless my husband's here with me. I'm not allowed to answer questions.
Oh, I see. You're getting ahead of us a little bit there with the audio.
Sorry.
That's okay. So, and then there's another detail about this too that Chris revealed in the text, is that this search warrant was not only issued, but it was also sealed. It was a sealed search warrant. And there's a few reasons that could happen. One is that you might do that to prevent your suspects from being alerted. Another reason that I've read about is that you might worry about them fleeing the area if they know that the search warrant is out there. They also might be worried about witnesses, because if a witness brought them to that evidence or warrant, if it's based on that, then that could be why it's sealed, or possibly even an informant. Mm-hmm. And those are kind of like the main leading reasons why that would be sealed, but very interesting that it is. And apparently it can't stay sealed just forever. Every few months or so, that can be revisited and say, hey, is this still worthy of being sealed? And they'll have to kind of continue to make their case, because obviously, this Fourth Amendment issue is big, because you don't want to have a situation where people just invade your privacy with no good reason and no explanation. Right. So they have to keep kind of revisiting that. So it's possible these could be unsealed at some point. Oh, and another reason is integral to a criminal investigation. If they think that the unsealing.
Sorry,
of that
say
warrant,
that again.
if it could hurt an ongoing investigation,
Right.
that's another reason that could stay sealed.
Yes. And then show photos is sealed to keep out of the public until trial comes. Yeah.
Yep. So there might be evidence they don't want to taint the public with at this point, that they don't want to present.
Right. That's a good.
There's a lot of possible reasons.
Honestly, Becky P says Michael Monkey Vaughn is finally getting justice. So that would be a good example of that. They kept that sealed. So
Yeah. I mean, we're all frustrated with the pace. I know nobody wanted to
Michael
be
Vaughn,
here 2
this is
years
what,
later.
5 years coming?
Yeah. I mean, we had Crystal Rogers, more than that.
How long was Crystal Rogers?
I don't know,
Huh, 10
7.
years.
Or was
Yeah.
it 10? I mean, hopefully that's not going to be the case here, but sometimes it just goes that way.
And I also forgot to click on this, but Momming It Up, I think she was already a member, but she became a member. Thank you.
Momming It Up.
And Deanna, did I miss you? Member for 10 months. Did I miss that?
Aw.
Oh my. Love you, Deanna. And you certainly don't look 65. She's looks very young.
No, not at all.
Thank you.
So if it were me, if I were someone that had access to Chris, my question would be, what do you think that the probable cause was?
For the search warrant?
Yeah. What evidence do you think is out there that's leading people to come into your home and grab your cameras? Maybe he has no idea.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah, but I would ask just to see what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I don't know what to ask the chat. Maybe chat's got some ideas because they're smarter than we are a lot of times. So what do you guys think?
well, like I said, we've been a little bit out of the loop. I'm sure there's someone was saying Mob Crew's been doing good work. I mean, I know these, all the people that have been following this. I'm sure Hindsight's put out some videos.
I'm sure we just haven't been able to
We are playing a little bit of catch up.
big time.
Yeah.
I was joking that I really want to catch up on Jack and Lily, and so much has happened since we've been out of the loop. I was like, we're just gonna have to hire Justin to come over here and run the show for us to catch us up. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. We thought about, you were saying like have guest
people to catch us up on stuff because
Yeah.
we are so out of it.
I know. It's hard. It's hard to stay on top of these cases like this. Girl Mom says, I think he tried to get his lawyers to find out. They told him it's sealed. Yes, that is how that's played out.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Gordon fan says because he wasn't seen leaving the house. Yeah, I mean, but to come back a year later with the search warrant.
Yeah,
that's because we know that they went back a few days after the search, and I forget, you guys, the timeline's getting cloudy for me, so you might want to help me. But they came back and took pictures of the backyard. Remember?
Oh yeah, several times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
for some reason, I'll tell you. Here's another kind of side thought I'd had today. I was thinking, what if, I was thinking we might do this at some point.
Sure.
Just go back through all the law enforcement statements, like all of them that they've made about Sebastian. Really isn't that many actually, so it wouldn't take that long to do.
There's
that.
not that many.
I think many people in this chat can quote them.
Yeah. But
we don't know what we don't know.
What if we went through and said, what if everything they're saying is them being honest, and that they're not lying at all in any of the statements that law enforcement makes? I mean, I know we've kind of said, they can do things if they want, but what if they're, and I was thinking of the phrase where they say what the lights videos of no evidentiary value. And what if that's true? And I thought it may not be of any evidentiary value because of that broken timestamp. Maybe they can't use that.
Right.
So maybe they're like, yeah, it's of no evidentiary value. We can't use this at this time. He also says at this time at the end of that. Or could it be that they actually have a better angle of the same event? Mm-hmm. And they're not going to use that video at all because of the bad timestamp.
Kitty Hawk says absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. Interesting.
Yeah, someone was also saying
El Kennedy.
that.
Hi, El Kennedy. No evidentiary value. And there's Nina.
Yeah, Mob Crew.
Nina had a good statement.
Hi, Nina.
Ready to happen.
Yeah, says Mob Crew feels like something is getting ready to happen, but we have heard this so many times.
You know what? There was a time when we would hear police cars or helicopters and be like, what's going to happen? They're either coming for us or them,
I
We
know.
always joked.
I know. We always think something's going on, but yeah, I think they're building the case. When they come and do it, we just don't know. But they are. I mean, that's not that long ago. If they were doing that search sometime around February, March, or April, or whatever of this year, I mean,
They're still doing something.
they're still doing stuff.
So
know?
that is hopeful, you know.
And in a way, they're not in a rush at this point. they just got to get it right. Oh, yeah, I was a little fired up on that stream.
Yeah,
Perfectly imperfect boy mom says, off topic, but my favorite quote in Sebastian case is from Mr. E. I love, let's go to Disney World. Yeah, that got clipped out too.
Oh, hi, Rob. Rob says, I just keep thinking of them wanting more footage from anyone's camera that Sunday. They suspect something. That's a great point. Great point.
Yeah, and there's more evidence that's come out too. So let's do the sunny Weatherford next. Is that okay?
That's
and then
fine.
we'll do the other. Because I think there's actually this is actually really interesting.
Right. Twizzle. So Sebastian is still walking about with no shoes on, right?
Yeah. So I'm sure some of you have heard this, but this is a
girl. Mom's got a good point too.
Oh, I can't see it.
She says, remember, Mystery, you said one day it'll just happen. And I believe that will be true. Like one day we'll just wake up and it'll have happened.
And I'll tell you too, because we've started covering so many other missing person cases over the last year or so, everybody says the corruption thing. They all do. Every unsolved missing person, they always believe it's the local department is corrupt.
Yes, but
every time they all say it.
But in some cases they are.
And sometimes they are. But I'm just saying it is like
the lack of communication makes it suspect. I mean, it just makes
suspect.
It makes you suspect that there's something going on. Makes it sus, So it just makes you wonder, why won't they say it's an ongoing investigation? We're still following up on leads, and why don't they do, even if it's every 6 months, but we've gotten none.
Well, there's
when was it, last April?
I don't even know.
A year ago or more?
I think when they came out and debunked the Proudfoot video they were trying to put out at Christmas time, right before the anniversary.
Green hoodie?
No, their video, the one at the top of the neighborhood, and they were trying to suggest, hey, maybe this is Sebastian, and the PI put it out too early.
Oh, the PI
and so
put it out, and
he messed up their whole scam. And Sumner came out and made a statement about that right away.
We were going through so much of that time. My mind just kind of blanked out. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's that shadow at the, I think it was somebody getting a cat or something.
He was taking his trash out.
And they tried to act like
cat. You can see the cat in the video.
Well, that's the cat in the video always drove me crazy, because you could see a cat, and you're telling me in all of those cameras, you can see a cat, but you can't see a boy.
Yeah.
So it always drove me crazy.
But that, I think that's the last time they've actually made a statement, right?
I don't know. I'll tell you who will know. About half of our chat.
Probably so. I can't think of
War Eagle, Hindsight, BMW.
Because the news put that video out a little too early. One of the stations did it earlier than they wanted, so it messed up their whole narrative campaign.
Yeah,
because they wanted to take. Yeah, it did.
I think so.
They released it 5 days.
That was. I mean, I was in a state. I think during that time, so I don't really remember that well.
So what happened? They wanted to have these shows all air at the same time, and one of them aired the video several days early.
Oh, I
and
sort of
put out
remember
the theory, and so it gave everybody a couple of days time to go. To shoot it down and say, no, this is at the top of the neighborhood. This is the neighbor coming out to his truck or whatever it was. And then
wasn't it near Bobby or something?
Kind of up in that area. And then when because it's all pre-recorded, so when their 1 year anniversary thing came out, them trying to suggest it, because they're like, you know how Chris was, well, hey, there's this new video, maybe it's the evidence, and it's this. He knows it's not.
It was so
Sebastian. Hokey. It was
girl mom.
But they were trying to control the narrative that day with this new evidence that they knew wasn't evidence. They knew that wasn't him.
What?
Grandmom says Sheriff Craddock emailed me.
That's awesome.
Recently.
And also there was another important comment earlier. Grandma Chachi says at Mrs. E. I just love your personality and wit. You make me laugh. Well, thank you, Grandma Chachi.
Here's another point too. Alicia Hot Wheels says if they'd allow FBI or Cold Case Foundation to come in, I think people would feel better about what they're doing. I agree. I mean, Cold Case Foundation. I mean they've come in before and found and solved cases in just a few days after they took over. So I believe that any help that they could get would be great.
I think that's what it was. It was a man walking his dog. Right?
Oh, is that what it was?
Like
There was somebody
actually
taking
a
out
cat.
trash too.
There was a cat though too that you could see on a video, and I was like, "Wow, that's so." You can see a cat walking across this driveway, but you can't see who was taking out the trash.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that Cold Case helped with Monkey Vaughn big time.
What if they
It's
think
my
they don't need
understanding.
the help?
Well,
What if they're just
I mean, that's
finishing touches?
I guess time will tell.
You know, they may just not think they need it right now. I mean, you know, what if that's the way it is and they're just kind of crossing their T's and dotting their I's?
Yeah, but good grief, how much longer is it going to be?
I know, but I mean, if they don't have him. If you don't have whatever they're, I mean, the most likely case is that they believe he's no longer with us, right?
But we don't know that.
That is the most likely.
Mm-hmm.
That's most likely their belief.
There's no proof of anything.
And that, you know, even if they thought he left alive at this point, it's almost 2 years. They're likely thinking they're doing a no-body investigation. That's just probably what they're doing. It's the most likely. I hope it's not the case. I hope he's smuggled away somewhere. But if that's the case and they're building a no body, let's say this story about the cadaver dogs being down by the dam and picking something up there is correct.
Oh, you got to talk to Girl Mom.
Yeah, we like I said, we've been a little bit unplugged. So Girl Mom says, I talked to Jeremy at Mansfield and asked him what was being done on the case. So he spoke to Sheriff Craddock, and Craddock got my email from Jeremy at Mansfield, and Craddock was very nice and gave an update.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but why won't they give a public update? You know?
Well, I believe, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it would be bad to come out but I mean, maybe they don't need to. I don't know. Maybe they don't need to. If they're building the case, if it's just around the corner, they may be waiting for more data to come back. Like I said, sometimes these technology companies and apps and things, supposedly they fight this stuff sometimes, and it can take a long time to get things they're looking for. I don't know, but let's say the cadaver dogs thing was right. It was the dam, or something like that is the case. Well, then they know that for them to build this case, it's going to be a lot of circumstantial and whatever other evidence they have. It's just going to have to be a really strong case to make arrests, if that's what they're thinking. If that, you know, like if the cadaver dog, if the dam story was true, which I don't know. I don't know. No idea. What do you think?
Oh, I was looking at something else. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
I had to take care of something.
So let's.
I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. So let's go to this. This is Sonny Weatherford, the sheriff he has passed away as of last August or so. It was after Sebastian
in Gatlinburg,
disappeared,
right? Or Sevierville.
Yeah,
I think
it was on a conference.
In that area, he was at a conference and he kind of just collapsed and ended up passing away.
Yeah, took a fall or something, maybe hit his head, something along those lines. Weren't quite sure, but this is a PI that was Heather Cohen that was initially working with Seth. They parted ways at some point, and she apparently has a few audio recordings of people she's talked to, and these have been getting released. This one I think comes from At Night, who somehow got their hands on this and put this out. So we'll just pause this if we feel like there's something we want to say. So
sure.
Auntie or Mrs. E, if y'all have something you want to interject, but there's a few really interesting things out of this.
Okay. We have done a 5-mile grid around the house, and we've done all that. And we actually have where every person took a footstep. So no, we covered every block.
Right, you did the grid search. Okay.
And then what we had them download an app that actually showed us where they were stepping.
Topo.
Yeah. So we knew exactly where they went.
Okay.
And so we've done that, when we did it for a whole week. And then we've gone back and we did it another 2 days, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so we drained ponds.
I knew you guys did that.
We had divers in ponds.
Yeah.
We've got, as far as I know, all the footage of every camera that's on either street. And
just nothing.
there's nothing. We see him go into the house, but we never see him come out of the house.
So he says there, we see him go in, we never see him come out. Now, he's not the lead investigator.
But do they see him go in? They see the van go in and the garage door come down, but did they see him get out of the car?
If he's saying it, it sounds unequivocally that he goes into the house.
Well, that's what we have heard in the past, but we've also heard that she pulled in that night and put the garage door down before anybody got out, and that he commonly got out in the driveway and then would run on in the house.
Yeah, but I think he also says, and I think it's in this that he also says about seeing Sebastian take out the trash a little later on. I think.
Strange.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. But we have footage where they were in Hendersonville and they left there and went to their house.
Right.
We saw them go in the house, and then 6:20 maybe he comes out and takes the trash to the end of the road, at the end of the driveway, and we see him go back in the house, turn on some lights in his bedroom. That's it.
I think that's kind of key. And that would indicate that that's him possibly taking out the trash and then going in his room. But don't his clothes change from what he had on at Texas Roadhouse? What kid goes in the house and changes their clothes to take out the trash to get ready to go to bed? I think that's a little odd, because the person in the video, weren't they in all black, like in a black hoodie? In the trash video? I believe they were.
We know who said it was a black hoodie? Where did that come from?
We've heard it.
You guys, I almost have to start over at the beginning and start. Dark hoodie. Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was a dark hoodie, and he did not. We saw what he had on at Texas Roadhouse, and he did not have. I mean,
he had short sleeves on.
Yeah, and kids just don't go put on a bunch of clothes to run out the trash can. That's just not the way a kid thinks.
So,
and if it were someone dressed up like him in a hoodie.
Yeah, Real Me Too says, whoops, sorry. He says he's seeing him going and putting out the trash.
Yeah. He could have thrown on a hoodie. I mean, it was February. Oh man, everybody.
Hold on. I'm just trying to click on hindsight.
He could have thrown on a hoodie, blessed mom says.
Yeah,
he could have, and
I agree with that.
Doing it.
I mean, but
I just clicked off of whoever you're
oh
trying
my
to highlight.
Stars! Stop. Okay.
All right.
I think he could have. Okay. I just think it's uncharacteristic of a kid. I've had a kid that age, and if I told them to take the trash down to the end of the road, it wouldn't matter if it was 10 degrees. They would have run out and taken the trash out without a coat on. That's just the way kids are.
In my opinion, that's why Mr. E is correct on that blurry, unclear video that allegedly Katie said was cleared up by FBI, but yet not seen by Seth, in my opinion. Yeah, so I think he's.
Right,
I think he made it.
Real Me Too says that, and I've heard Seth say this, that he couldn't tell if it were him or not. He has said that he couldn't tell if it was Sebastian or not from the video that he was shown.
Narita picked up on this too. They were at Texas Roadhouse at 6:20. Yeah, because don't they leave at like 6:23 or 6:24? And of course, Sonny's kind of saying he's not exactly sure. Like he said 6:20 or something like that.
Yeah,
because we kind of figured he made it home probably more like 6:40, 6:45, somewhere in that range from there. So that Sonny, he's not the lead. He may not know every detail like the lead investigator would.
Right. And I don't know anything about her best friend staying there. They never mentioned anyone else being in the home the night he went missing.
Yeah. We keep hearing this though, that this friend was there.
And that her son was staying there, and he was the same age as Sebastian.
That night.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Was
I
the
don't know.
friend
If
there? Oh, I
I
don't know.
haven't heard that, and that's none of that was mentioned in the days after the case that I remember about a friend being there. I would have thought that would have had to have come up in discussions.
And and also with we got to keep in mind that the conversation. This is a PI in his office. He may suspect he's being recorded. He may not know he's being recorded. So if he's a little looser with certain things, he doesn't believe that this is going to be analyzed on the on the internet a year later,
Right.
by everybody. But of course, he's not wanting to come in here and mislead a PI either. So I think he made it home. I think he made it home.
Well,
That's what I believe.
I kind of feel like they came home because they didn't have the time from the time that they were seen leaving Texas Roadhouse to do really much of anything unless it was a very, very quick exchange before the time they pulled in.
Yeah. I think he made it home. And what happened from there is going to be the real question, I think. Let's go ahead a little more of this. This is about 7 total minutes.
That was from a neighboring camera, I'm assuming. It's from a neighboring camera that you can see all that, yeah.
But like I said, when she called us, we had people go to the house, search the house. We even got thermal imaging to check all the walls in the house. Just to make sure that he wasn't stuffed in a wall somewhere. Because we don't show him leaving the house, which is the strangest thing for me.
The footage.
So is that true?
The thermal imaging for the walls?
No, that they don't ever see him leaving the house?
I don't know.
I'm wondering. We'll get to. There's another part here. We'll get to this too. I'm thinking he's telling the truth there, that they don't see him leaving the house.
Of him taking out the trash, was it pretty dark by then? That was before the time change? It was before the time change, right?
And so the reason we went to the landfill in Kentucky was because the trash was collected that Monday morning.
Right.
Right about dark.
Right.
And so, I had my opinion, one of the best teams. We had TBI, FBI,
Yeah.
Secret Service, we had TEMA, and then we had at least 200 volunteers that were in law enforcement or first responders on the ground every day. And I'm not telling you, I'm just trying to give you information on
Some
what we have
perspective.
done.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
And so we've even called people with like cold cases and said, how did you find them? This is what we've done.
Mhm.
And every one of them tells us, you've done everything you can do except find them.
Right.
And I wish we'd get a tip today and we could find it.
You said within a 5-mile radius.
Well, that's land search.
Yeah, land search.
There's a creek, several hundred yards, Rex Creek.
Mhm.
We had TWRA walk both sides of the bank and then the creek itself all the way to Hendersonville. And then they did it out towards White House. And like I said, every pond that we have been able to find has been searched.
And I assume that you're aware that right there on her, where those woods connect, that is a sex offender with 4 aggravated sexual assault charges.
I didn't know, but
Yeah.
I
So,
don't do our list either.
but
I got one this morning, said that the stepfather drove up here and got him and took him back to the job site and buried him on the job site. I'm like,
You don't think
how you
that?
got proof?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I did get a tip. I've been involved for probably a month now. I did get a tip a couple Mondays ago. A man drove up to me at the Rudder, and he said the morning of the 26th, around 5:30 in the morning, Kathy Bowersox was parked right beyond the Shell on New Hope. He said he had called it into Sumner County, but he hadn't heard anything back. And I believe Sebastian's dad called it in again. I'm sure footage has been pulled from the Shell right there. I don't know what other cameras would be right there. It looks like maybe there's like a storage unit kind of thing right beyond that Shell, Worsham's Market, And the only reason I really believe there is validity, number one, I didn't feel like the man was lying to me, but also it was anonymously posted from someone, I think it was someone else because they described it a little bit differently.
talking about the mothers.
The Christopher's mother,
Okay.
Kathy Bowersox.
So he doesn't.
Apparently has a decently recognizable SUV, probably because she's a real estate agent, that she was parked beyond Worsham's on the side of the road at 5:30 in the morning on February 26th. So about an hour before Sebastian was reported missing. I don't know. That's a little odd to me. And I just wanted to make sure y'all did have that tip.
Is this clipped? It sounds like it's clipped at times. I wonder if she cut some things out.
I don't know. It kind of does.
It does sound like that a couple of times. I hadn't noticed that before, but it sounds like there's some things clipped out of there. So if we're saying that Sebastian made it home and we're saying that they didn't see him leave the house, if we believe that, did he leave with Katie that morning?
Well, I agree with Angel Wings. I remember specifically a neighbor or somebody said they saw them drive in and they saw the garage door close, but they never saw Sebastian get out of the car and actually his physical body. But they did see someone take the trash down, but the video was not enhanced well enough to see who it was. So I think all of that's kind of interesting. Because I just, and he may have taken the trash out and it may have all happened later in the evening, whatever happened, but something happened. We know that because he's not here.
Right.
And all of his shoes were accounted for. So that in itself makes the whole case just kind of tilt because all of his shoes are accounted for. They're all there. He's gone. Yeah, that to me looks nefarious.
And more and more video has been, Mob Crew's been getting its hands on and putting out there from however he's getting that. I mean, it's showing you there's no way this kid made it out of that neighborhood without being caught on camera.
Right.
No way. There's no way. So you couple all that with the criminal investigation and the warrants and, it's not looking good. I believe Heather believes her source there telling her about the 5:30 appearance.
Well, and that wasn't the only place that it was heard. I believe we heard it from several different places, and it wasn't just from what she said. There were several people that saw her, and they thought it was odd her being there that time of the day.
If that is true, if that ends up being true, that's not a coincidence.
No.
No way. No way.
And I mean, I think there's a possibility that there's something nefarious. And we've always said that we think that more than one person is involved for sure, because you couldn't carry it out without accomplices.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Several people know what happened, which is one of the reasons you kind of have more hope that this case will be solved, because multiple people with secrets with this kind of pressure, it's really hard to imagine somebody not cracking if they haven't already.
Right.
So let's anyway, it's interesting hearing Heather talk about it, about that source she had.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, I don't know all.
Maybe, well, I guess maybe hopefully Carter has that tip.
I should say everything goes to him.
Right.
Is he available?
He's not here.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly deny that, does he? And he doesn't say he doesn't know it. He kind of plays
he kind of pushes it off on Carter, like, well, he may have it, like all of it goes to him.
Yeah, let's see how he responds
to me.
This.
And I just wanted to make sure y'all did have that tip.
I can tell you, I don't know all.
Maybe
I can tell you, I don't know all that. Well, that's you might know a little, right? Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe hopefully Carter
not a
has
denial.
that tip.
I should say everything goes to him.
I mean, I could say everything goes to him. Still not a denial that they don't have that on camera.
Right.
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 Is he available?
He's not here today.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have an interview with him for a promotion.
Oh,
He got sent to another county on a case.
gotcha.
All right.
All I can do, because TBI,
Mm-hmm.
and so we really can't release more than what I've told you right now.
Yeah, and
Why? Right.
He said, because of TBI, I can't really release any more than I've told you right now.
Right. Because it's an it was
It's
even back
criminal.
then a criminal investigation. Because
All right.
why else
It
could he
wasn't a
not?
runaway. It wasn't a runaway.
Otherwise, he'd say, "This is what we think. He ran away. He's over there." Because it's a criminal investigation. They're building a case. When Sonny was still here, they were building the case. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
And that's
You can't
okay.
release the missing persons report, like the initial report, not the police report, but just the.
Yeah, see, Craddock, I need to get that report for the Q Center. And Craddock called me and said, y'all can't release it. And I'm like,
Because it's an open case.
yeah, but I mean, the nonprofit organizations that do the searches, they get copies.
They work
that-
open
yeah,
cases,
That's
yeah.
how they do it. And so,
Just
yeah, I'm
little
not really sure why
odd.
we can't get that for them.
When they told me you was here, I said, told me to go find him. Because
Yeah,
I knew he had talked with you.
right.
But he's at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's doing interviews also.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gotcha.
so I had
I forgot Chloe, the other PI. She's also present. Their voices sound so similar to me.
Yeah.
I forget that until I get to this point in the interview.
the last interview for the morning.
Mhm,
And so when I got through, they had left. Okay. I
mhm,
said, are y'all gonna do me?
mhm.
But anyway,
They left you to
They
deal with
left
me
me.
on your
You have to deal with this. Yeah.
These pesky PIs.
Yeah.
My God. All right. So I don't know. We
as soon as
won't.
he gets back, I'll talk with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
We're not asking for a file. We're not asking for even, just a missing persons
Yeah.
report.
And I don't, again, I don't need you to tell me what you're doing or what you know. I just want an open line of communication so that I can share with you what I'm finding out.
Okay, so I would recommend that you either talk with Brandon Carter. And I hate to say it, but the longer this goes, the more I feel like it's not going to be good for the family. I hope he comes back safe. I
Mhm,
really do.
mhm.
Of course. Yeah.
But I don't,
I know.
it's not looking that way the more we go.
Yeah.
The
Uh-huh.
longer-
Now, don't you think that's a
Have you
key
talked
thing
to the
right
sex
there?
offenders and gotten
What's
alibis
that?
and all that?
He said it's not. I really hope he comes home safe. I really do. But the longer it goes, it's not looking that way. I think he's inferring a little bit there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can infer he's meaning we're pretty sure he's not around anymore. That's just my interpretation.
Yeah. I mean, they all know the odds at this point and all that, and just whatever they're looking at. I mean, this is a couple of months after, at least. What do we say? 50 days after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's just about 20 seconds of this, and then we'll get over to the long video that came
You
out.
don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
not trying to push you, but
I'm the sheriff, but I
Yeah.
I'll know
No, I
things don't
understand.
know
Yeah, I understand.
Because
Yeah.
we have so many things going on.
Right.
But I can please tell the family,
yeah.
we're working on it every day.
Right.
Well, he's not been forgotten by us.
All right.
I really think he was a nice guy. He sounds like a very sincere guy. I don't know, but he just seemed really nice.
I've never heard anything but good about Sonny. So as far as I know, I didn't know him or have any close connection with Sonny at all. But from people I kind of know, I've heard nothing but good about him.
And this is an important point too that we've mentioned before. Ask yourself how often the FBI issues a $50,000 reward for runaways or missing people. He's also on their most wanted list. In my opinion, they know there's been foul play. And I feel like that as well. I think they know there is. They just have got to be able to prove it before anything else can happen.
Even the fact that the FBI did that statement on their website a few months ago, that's very unusual for them. They don't usually do that. They that's usually more like a PR kind of thing for them. And highly wanted fugitive updates and stuff like that, or major stings they've done. And then they have this kind of random missing person story they did in the middle of it. Not like them at all. I think this is being done. I just think it's a matter of time, and it's just not going to be fast enough for all of us.
Of course not, especially when you're invested in it the way we've kind of dug our heels in. We're not leaving it till we know, till something happens.
All right. So
Thought criminal said public interest in the case forced their hand, and I think it has.
So what we're going to be pulling up next, I think Mrs. E will want to be here for this, so maybe she'll be back here soon.
That's another point, girl mom. I lived really close to where the Crystal Rogers case was, and she said, and the wording was exactly the same as the Crystal Rogers flyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've never found her body, but they have multiple convictions, and they know they've made the convictions without it. So that was a case where, they built it. It took 10 years, but they built the case and they convicted based on the evidence that they had, even though there's not a body and they don't have all the pieces to the puzzle, but they have enough pieces that they were able to get a conviction.
Yeah, Witchy Mama's saying nothing but good hurt is fine, but that doesn't mean someone in this department wasn't as clean as him. Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one person that's a buddy that's willing to muck things up a little bit, or that's possible. I just still don't think that this is a top-down deal. One of the narratives very early on in this case that kept being put out there was that the family, they ran Sumner County, all this money, and
that just wasn't true.
Yeah, like they're there's just too many. They're just, I mean, they're successful people and everything, but they don't run the county.
No,
it's not like that. It's too big, and there's way too many wealthy people that live here.
Oh, way, way more wealthy than them.
Yeah, I mean, we've got like Pete Hegseth living here now, and people like that, and Oak Ridge boys and everybody else, and CEOs of major companies living here.
Casey Lee, they are working actually on that case now. He has not been charged with Crystal Rogers' father's death yet, but I think they're working on that now.
So what the audio that was released by At Night, the private intelligence agency working with Dog the Bounty Hunter on behalf of Seth Rogers, they've been pretty active the last couple of months putting out information, and they've dropped some audio last night. This is, again, Heather Cohen, the PI that was working with Seth for a time, or for the first few months of the investigation, and this is going to be her meeting. It sounds like what happens is she walks up to Katie's house, talks to her, and Chris is either on a phone or a speaker of some kind. I don't think he's actually present as you're listening to this. It sounds like he's maybe on a speaker phone or something. Is that kind of what you think? Do you think what this PI?
I haven't been listening at all.
I know. So we're about to do the audio for the PI.
Okay. Is it blurry? It looks.
Oh, I haven't hit play yet.
I think it's because it's paused.
Okay, sorry.
It sounds like Chris is not actually present in the home. Like he's on a speaker or maybe a phone.
He's on a phone.
Okay. So that's what it sounds like. So
like
we'll
maybe even a FaceTime.
Okay, possibly FaceTime. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it's FaceTime. Blessed Mom says FaceTime probably.
All right. So let's play this, and anybody wants to stop, just say stop, and we'll talk. But there's a lot in here too.
Yeah, my name's Heather. I came by yesterday. Hi, Katie.
What can I do for you? Are you the woman that trespassed my property yesterday?
I actually didn't. I walked down your neighbor's property and then down the easement and then up the other side.
That's not an easement. I own that. That's my property.
Well, the fence says no trespassing. I didn't come on the property.
That is my property.
The easement, that's a public easement.
I own it. I own it.
I am here to try to clear you, so...
I don't need you to clear me.
So, I don't know why you're being defensive with me.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
First, can you identify yourself?
Yeah, I did already. My name's Heather, private investigator.
Well, you're coming to my house. And
I am. I'm investigating the disappearance of your stepson. So do you want him found or no? Because if you do, then why would you have a problem with me coming to talk to you guys?
Well,
real simple, because we're asking you questions and you're telling us that you can't answer those questions. So,
see, she didn't actually do that, right? Didn't she answer his questions?
Yes. He said, "What's your name?" She said her name, and the first thing they do is accuse her of trespassing.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Is it blurry for you too?
Yes,
it's blurry, but I can read it.
Well,
do you want me to pull it down and put it up a different way?
What time? You're at 51 seconds. Let me try to do it.
Okay.
I think you're right. The amazing GTIF, the amazing Tiff. We are seeing the real KP. I believe so.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Can you pull it down and let me try to put it up?
Sure.
I think so. I think very defensive right off the bat. I also understand to a degree, though, if you have a stranger coming on your property or coming to your door you might be a little defensive at first, especially if your child just disappeared, and you wanted, and you were concerned about your own safety or whatever. But I don't think that's the kind of defensiveness that comes off there. I think it's
I
a
do
whole
too.
different level.
And some people were being pretty obnoxious in those first couple of months.
They were. They had a lot of things coming at them.
You know, once
Yeah,
she
my name's
identifies
Heather. I
herself.
came by yesterday.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better.
I'll just start it from the beginning. We only missed 50 seconds. So go ahead.
So Sling Ludwig says this is GTO guy. Still trying to edit my name. That Seth is a piece of work.
I know who it is. Okay, do you want me to go ahead and play it?
Sure, we can play that part again. It's okay.
Hi, Katie.
What can I do for you? Are you the woman that trespassed my property yesterday?
I actually didn't. I walked down your neighbor's property and then down the easement and then up the other
That's not
side.
an easement. I own that. That's my property.
Well, the fence says no trespassing. I didn't come on the property.
That is my property.
The easement, that's a public
I
easement.
own it. It's
So, I don't know if everybody realizes if you haven't looked at the overhead maps, what she's talking about is they have their backyard is like a wrought iron fence, right? Like a fenced in obvious area. Their house is back to other houses. And so there is this kind of grassy, it looks like what would be just common area for the homes. Like a lot of people have in neighborhoods.
Hold on one second. I got it for you. I was looking at it earlier.
Sure.
So there we go.
Right. Sassy T says the ditch.
Right. They're talking about
Yeah.
this area back here.
Right. So
like between the two fences.
Yeah. So like the thing about them with this whole easement business is that we kind of we have what's considered an easement also, right?
We do, but I did look up
you
their
own the land, but you don't control the land in a way in certain situations.
Right. They have the right to come in and dig a pipeline or whatever, that they have the right to do that.
Because we have a little strip of land back there. They told us, well, it is your land.
Right.
But don't build anything on it. Don't put like a shed on it or anything like that. Because if the city ever decided they needed to come in there and do stuff,
something, they could.
They can. So that's kind of, I think, the situation here. Like they own it, but you wouldn't want to build on it.
Well, I did look at the property records, and I don't, it's hard to say that, I guess what I'm trying to say is that when you look at the lines, the property lines, they do meet.
Right.
And it doesn't say anything about an easement there, but that would, I don't think that like the property maps would show that, the easement.
The property is probably going to come to the middle of that ditch or easement, and the backyards are going to meet. And so it probably is her property.
I'm sure it is.
She could only have been walking on the public road.
I'm sure it is their property. But when you have that fence around your backyard, any reasonable person would just assume that it was an easement.
Right.
Right. Right. They would. And you would think, okay, if you were, but
so there's no reason there's no reason for her to believe she was trespassing on their property. And it's kind of ridiculous for them to think she should know that. So to come out and blast her like you were trespassing on my property. Well, who knows where your property is? How would anyone have any idea where your
property that
is?
Allegedly says technically the bank owns it unless they don't have a mortgage.
That's funny.
That's true.
It's just they go on the attack about something there's no way she could have had knowledge of. Obviously, she wasn't trying to trespass on their property. She thought she was walking in a neutral area like many neighborhoods have. But they use that as a weapon to attack her because she's trying to help solve the case. Right.
Okay, which one? Okay, there's two on here. Do you still have yours up?
No. Me?
Mm-hmm.
No. There's nothing up.
There's nothing up.
I am here to try to clear you. So
I don't need you to clear me.
So I don't know why you're being defensive with me.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
First, can you identify yourself?
I did already. My name's Heather, private investigator.
But you're coming to my house. And you're
I am. I'm investigating the disappearance of your stepson. So do you want him found or no? Because if you do, then why would you have a problem with me coming to talk to you guys?
Well,
Real simple, because we're asking you questions and you're telling us that you can't answer those questions. So why should we answer any?
I absolutely did not trespass.
there's no such thing.
There's
as a public
nothing.
easement.
There is
I
a such thing as a
I
public
own it.
easement.
Not in
It's
this-
not posted.
I own it. I have signs on. all
Okay,
the-
your fence has a sign.
My
I
fence
didn't
is
talk
3
about.
foot inside of the
Okay,
property.
take it up with.
I
If you want to report it to law enforcement, do it. Take it up with them.
Right.
I am trying to help. Okay.
Right. Then call the cops and say, hey, this lady trespassed. Let's have her arrested. Go for it.
Yeah. I don't need you to clear me.
I agree,
What's
Seth.
your point, you know? Oh, is
I
Seth
don't know.
here?
I don't know.
No, sassy.
Oh,
Oh,
sassy.
sassy.
Said Heather is one brave cookie. I said, yes, she is.
Yeah, you could tell this is not the first time she's walked up to a hostile home, probably doing this kind of work. I mean, I'm sure you approach a lot of people that don't want
I
to
do
talk to
feel
you.
like she's being a little, I think if she weren't so hateful and defensive, they wouldn't have been as defensive. She could have said, oh, I did not realize that was your property. I will make certain that that does not happen again. But I'm here to help you, find your son. Da, 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 da.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
I disagree.
I think you got to give it right back to him.
Well,
I think if he gets the sense he can bully you,
she started it though. She started
changed
it.
No,
She
they started it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Katie started it with her attitude.
Yeah.
I don't need you to clear me.
No,
And she started accusing her of trespassing before she hardly got a sentence out.
Chris eventually gives up on the bullying thing. He eventually switches.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you show someone like him weakness, he digs in harder, and he realized that wasn't going to work with her. That's what do you agree?
I think that I would say that Heather probably has experience with different types of people.
Yeah.
Being a PI, she's probably talked to all kinds of people. I mean, later on we hear that she was, going to talk to the registered offenders in the area. So if she's got guts enough to do stuff like that, then I would say that she's probably had a lot of experience in handling, people that are angry.
Have you heard this audio yet, Auntie? Is this one you've listened
No.
to? So this is
No.
brand new to you.
It's brand
That's
new.
good. That's good. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so if you want somebody to help you, that's what I'm doing. So calm down, talk to me like civil human beings. I'm trying to help find him. I've been talking to sex offenders in the area.
Law enforcement has done that.
Okay, and I'm going to do it too because I'm working it too. And I have that right, and the person that hired me has that right. Anybody has that right.
He's also blatantly accusing me of murder when I didn't.
I haven't accused you of shit.
I didn't say you did. I said he did.
Okay, well, I'm trying to decide who is on my radar and who is not. I've talked to sex offenders. That is my focus right now. In my mind, you're not a person of interest, but I'm coming here trying to talk to you.
It's not a good look to trespass either. Like, that's my
What it
point.
looks like, ma'am.
It's posted all 4 ways.
Nobody's even listening.
Who cares about
Nobody's
your
even listening.
trespass?
He's just ranting on the phone and they're having a conversation. That's hilarious.
Who cares about your trespassing?
Well,
She's looking for your kid. He that's the starting point for everybody. Sorry,
Do you remember at the beginning too? That was another rumor. I don't know if it was ever I can't speak.
substantiated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But that he was kicking the news crews, telling the news crews they couldn't film his
I totally
house.
believe it. Or coming out to Bobby in the car at the car.
Yeah.
I bet it was just like this.
Yes.
I bet it was the same. What are you doing driving down my? Just like she told it. I totally believe that happened because he did it here.
Right.
He did the same thing. And this is even further away from the event. He should be calmer by now, if anything.
Right.
Honey, I'm going to tell you, as a PI, I have a lot more leeway with things I can do and people I can talk to. And this isn't.
Did he say I just came from the FBI or TBI in Jackson, Mississippi?
I think he
Say
says
that,
TBI.
say it again. Can you play that again?
Sure. I'm pretty sure he says TBI though.
Not a good look to trespass either. Like, that's my
What it
point.
looks like, ma'am.
It's posted all 4 ways.
I just came from the TBI headquarters in Jackson, Mississippi.
Honey, I'm going to tell you, as a PI, I have a lot more leeway with things I can do and people I can talk to. And
Do we know why he went to the TBI headquarters in Jackson?
On day 50?
Do we know this? Has he ever said why he went down there? 50 days later? Why would they call him to the TBI headquarters?
Well,
in Jackson?
and we don't know that he's telling the truth. We don't even know he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
We don't. That's true.
That's one thing. That's one mistake we made.
Yeah.
Along, you know.
That's true.
And also, I forgot to mention this, but Hobo's Life gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Hobo's Life.
Thank you so much.
We
Hobo's
appreciate
Life. We really
you
do
so
appreciate
much.
it.
And Opal Sisk renewed her membership. Hi, Opal. Nice to see you.
Good to
And
see you,
I
Opal.
sent you an email. Thank you for that PayPal. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Girl, see, this is girl mom too. I've imagined
me
Chris
too.
getting right in Sebastian's face, yelling just like this, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because it's not like these are isolated incidents. This is like his base. It's like his baseline.
It's his MO.
I mean, every time anything leaks on this guy, this is who he is.
Oh, Sarah,
Yeah.
very smart.
Maybe a lie detector test.
No, read Sarah's.
Yeah, he couldn't not have
Gone to
could not
TBI
have gone
in
to
Jackson,
TBI in
Mississippi.
Oh, right.
Unless he's talking about
He's talking
Jackson,
about Jackson,
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
which is the Austin Drummond area, right?
Yeah, maybe he just misspoke with the Jackson part, or maybe just making stuff up.
Or would that be the FBI?
Or
Because
maybe he
isn't
meant
there a
F-
field office in Jackson?
Probably.
Interesting.
I mean, that's
That's a
probably.
good point, though. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't. That was crazy for a minute to pick that up, actually.
And this isn't my first rodeo. I've worked cases like this before. I have gotten information that TBI or law enforcement's not able to get, and I have passed it along, and it has helped the case. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
What have you passed along that's helped this case?
I just started working this case. I haven't even got a chance to talk to you or Katie yet.
Well, here's the thing. You're not talking to her by herself. Period.
Okay.
That's the line.
There is a field office in Jackson, Mississippi for the FBI.
I already knew that. That's why I said that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe
There
he
is.
meant FBI in Jackson.
Well, maybe
or-
that's what he meant.
Or
TBI in Jackson, Tennessee.
in
Is there one of those?
I don't know, a TBI in Jackson, Tennessee. That's what I would look up.
Yeah, Thought Criminal says, "What have you passed along?" I bet he'd love to know. So I don't think we're going to end up having time to do that audio tonight, but there's also the other audio that leaked that happened after this, although that leaked prior to this,
Mm-hmm.
where he says something to Seth about filling in the gaps,
Mm-hmm.
which to me was the
Oh
most
no, he's
interesting.
talking to Heather again.
Right, he's talking to Heather again, but he's talking about what does Seth know, and tell me what Seth knows, and I'll fill in the
Mhm.
gaps.
Well, that's not helpful.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
there's also a TBI in Jackson, Tennessee. So
yeah.
The world may never know.
we can't eliminate it.
But when Chris wants to know that part of that audio where he's saying, "Tell me what Seth knows, and I'll fill in the gaps." What do you mean fill in the gaps? Why don't you just tell what happened? Why? But he was fishing. He wanted to know what's out there, what's been pieced
Sorry,
together.
the house is loud.
I believe he was wanting to know what's been pieced together so far. He was wanting to know what's out there, and in a way, he's wanting to know what.
Let me ask
Heather
you a
knows.
question.
Yes.
If we had we're in a similar situation and had a missing loved one,
Okay.
would you allow me to talk to a PI alone and answer questions?
Yes, as long as there wasn't a criminal investigation. Right.
Right. I was just curious.
If there was a criminal investigation, then we'd be there together, lawyered up, most likely.
Probably wouldn't be saying anything to anybody.
I wouldn't be on YouTube.
Yeah. I was just curious.
They do. They sound ridiculous, screaming about the trespassing. You're right. No ounce of concern for Sebastian.
Well, again, I will remind everybody at the very beginning, we tried to help, and we were told that we couldn't, that we could know their first names, but not their last names.
Yeah, they didn't want
That's
to.
bizarre.
They didn't even really want that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, fine. Set up an appointment with me. Do you want to do that? I can come back. I mean, I can respect your time. I'm not trying to be this. Whatever. I mean, I really think everybody just needs to calm down. Emotions are high. People are flinging mud, and it's just getting drama and stupid. And that is a terrible disadvantage to Sebastian.
Right, but let me inform you of something. You're not the one being threatened here.
I Everybody's being threatened. Did you know there was a drive-by shooting last?
People being threatened. Bullshit.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't understand why you guys are coming at me. I didn't do anything to you.
Okay, well, first off, you came to my house the other day.
Yes. Yesterday.
You walked around my fucking property with a ready videotape and took pictures.
Privately owned property back
You
there.
didn't fucking post it all sides of that property.
I mean, the easement between houses is not usually.
I own it.
In that fucking subdivision.
I own half. My neighbors own half. Period. That's not public. There are no.
I mean, there's no
public
property
areas.
lines. There's no way to tell what
It's
is.
marked. I have stakes.
I mean, can you show me? Because I
I can
didn't.
show you all 4 no trespassing signs.
They're on the
And you
fence.
can go on the city and you can look at the property line and you can.
I mean,
see
they're on the
red section
fence.
on it.
I wouldn't
Nobody
jump
cares.
your fence.
Nobody cares, Katie. Nobody cares. That's your stupid property line.
That's you know
Nobody
what?
cares.
That's
It is
Aunt E's
so
saying.
irrelevant.
That's
What?
Aunt E's
Nobody
saying.
cares.
Nobody cares about your property line.
No.
I need to put that on a mug for her.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Call the cops. If you're mad about it, have her cuffed next time.
The only people I know that had death threats were people like the Cajun Navy and the people that were volunteering to try to look. Those are the people that were threatened.
We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. To be fair, we don't know. People were pretty hostile because, and rightfully so, because this is odd behavior. This is odd behavior for someone who's missing their child. It's just odd behavior to be worried about trespassing as opposed to looking for their child. If someone came knocking on my door and said, "I want to help you find your child,"
Yeah, I'm a PI looking for your
You
son.
are so right.
Come in, have a cup of coffee. Let's
allegedly.
talk.
Allegedly says, that's not
That's Nightbot.
Sorry. Allegedly says, when Nancy Grace interviewed them, they sure didn't act like that.
That's
no, because
true.
they knew they were on national television.
Nancy Grace is scary
minding,
too.
Yeah, they were minding their P's and Q's.
Yeah, this is the real them.
Yep, I think so. They're deflecting. Holly says they're trying to start fake arguments over property lines so they don't have to talk about Sebastian. Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good point, actually.
Put her on the defense.
Holly's like, "Where's KK's accent?" I don't know.
Anybody would have been thankful
Oh,
to a PI.
It
being
is what
there
it
to
is.
help.
No way Brandy Vaughn would have acted like that. She would be thankful for the help.
Sure.
That exactly. Sorry. That stuff fires me up. That'd be the last thing I'd be worried about would be property lines. The only thing I can think about though, and everybody's gonna be like, "Okay, you're wishy-washy," but they probably have had a lot of people knock on their door.
Oh yeah.
And
I agree.
it could
And
be
I
a
would-
little
would-
unnerving,
I would be a little uneasy if there was someone walking around my property
Right.
line area, taking video. I mean, all of that, they got.
She should have reached out and said, "I'm going to be coming over to your area." Even if she texted him or left him a voicemail, "I'm going to be coming by your house at 1:00 because I would like to ask you questions to try to help find your son. Will you be available at that time?"
I mean, it doesn't.
However,
it doesn't
Doesn't
take
she
a
just
lot.
knock on their door?
yeah, she
Yes.
just knocks on their door. Yeah.
What's wrong? I mean,
I understand that. I also understand the element of surprise, so people can't not be there.
there's probably a reason she did it this way.
Right. I'm just saying
It's
that
probably more.
I get uneasy. I mean,
Oh well, yeah.
unfortunately, I had a bad moment with some people trying to sell bug spray or what is it?
What was it that
Yeah,
they were trying to
lung-
sell?
I don't know. I was getting really irritated by these guys, though. I just
I
shut
re-
the door in their faces.
Yeah,
I-
I remember that. They were in your neighborhood. That was when we were there.
No, you weren't.
No, there was one day. Yeah, we were there, and there was these guys, and we were out. Mom and I were out somewhere or something, and you were like, "Did you see these guys in the neighborhood?" And we were there, and you were telling me that they were trying to get you to. Maybe I was talking to you on the phone, but you were
They
telling me
just-
the whole story.
They just kept coming back, and and trying to make jokes, and I'm like, I don't want your bug spray. I was mad.
Yeah. For crying out loud, if I thought it was media, I might be upset. But once I found out she's a PI, I would immediately calm down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Right. If somebody's there just streaming your house and walking around in your yard, that would be different. But once she was like,
Here,
obviously a
I'm
professional.
here to help. I'm a professional. This is what I do.
Right.
Right.
I do understand that they were under siege in that house. I get that. And people in the neighborhood, even the whole neighborhood was that way.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible for them those first several months. people constantly, searching and looking and filming and taking pictures and everything. So I get all that.
Oh, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you for that, Sharon. Sharon says, here's what I know. God always wins and evil will suffer till the truth is known.
Thank you, Sharon. That's
Thank you,
very
Sharon.
sweet.
Yeah, I think I agree. And I think there's some suffering.
Let's keep going.
Okay, you got it.
Half of that is mine, half of that is theirs. That's why they turned it in and they turned it into the police.
I'm sorry, what? I think that when there's a no trespassing sign on the fence, that means you don't go into the fence. I'm not going to go into the fence.
Negative. Actually, that's wrong.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how I would know that. All right, well, I'm not really. Yeah, I'm just.
That's wrong.
He's Cliff Clavin or something, a little bit, right? Like he's an expert on everything.
Cliff Clavin was jolly.
He wasn't mean. He's mean. He's hateful. He's just like manic. He just goes berserk. I don't even know what to say about it.
Negative.
Just not really sure how anybody would know that easement is yours.
Out of your car
We're
the other day.
4
and you
minutes
walked
in.
off the
It's
property.
all easement.
When Mike, my neighbor, saw you,
I
and Mike
walked right
across
past your
the
neighbor.
street saw you. Wait, turn it around. Where they saw you. Now got you on camera walking your ass through my property, right next to my fucking driveway. You walked past 3 fucking signs, woman. 3. Don't tell me you didn't see them. They're on the fucking fence. You just said it on this camera, and I got news for you. Because you've done that, you have violated trespassing.
I was actually trying to stay on the outside of your property.
You know how much?
Okay, well, I don't know how I would.
Do you know how little the cops care about trespassing? Like we watch these arrest videos all the time. They will give people 50 warnings before they arrest somebody for trespassing. If they are like screaming and knocking over, items off the shelves, they'll say, "Yeah, they're asking you to leave. They're asking you to leave." Yeah. Trespassing. You violated trespassing. Oh no. Oh no.
I
Not
think
trespassing.
That's why she says just call the police and let them handle it then, right?
Yeah, call the cops. Nobody cares about your trespassing. Ridiculous.
No, that's not.
Add the detectives into this so that they can see her and find out what she.
I just left the sheriff's department. I've talked to Tim Bailey. I've talked to Sheriff Weatherford. I've been talking to all of them. So anyway.
Okay. Well, first off.
But why is this the focus instead of finding Sebastian?
Right.
It's a waste of time right now. We're arguing over a property line, like when there is a missing child.
We're arguing over a fucking safe.
I'm not showing up here to do anything to you except for find your son.
What arguing over a saint?
I don't know. Maybe he just got.
I don't know, but he's just crazy. He's manic. He needs a lithium or something to calm him down. I've never seen anybody act like that.
Thank you for becoming a new member, for crying out loud.
Can you imagine living with that?
I don't know.
That's something else.
And Nina, thank you for my sticker. Nina sent me a sticker.
High pitched too. He gets higher and higher.
That's
and you
crazy.
think he will possibly get higher, and he does.
Well, you get kind of loud when you get wound up.
Yeah, I know. My husband tells me that all the time. It's like
the lithium line got some laughs, Auntie.
I don't even really know what lithium does.
It's kind of like it calms you down.
Oh,
yeah. She says
you need some lithium.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Kanye says they were trying to give that to him too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they use lithium for truth serum? Isn't it in truth serum too?
I have no idea.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go back to it.
No,
I'm not a threat to you.
All you had to do was pick up the fucking phone and call us.
That's not how I operate. I talk to people in person. That's what I do.
You're shit at your job.
No, that's not shit at your job. PIs don't call people. They show up at their houses.
Well, I got news for you.
Okay. Are you going to set up an appointment with me, or do you just want to keep yelling at me? This is really ridiculous. Like, this is the drama that's a disadvantage to Sebastian. He's not going to be found this way.
Answer my question. What the hell are you going to do to help find our son?
I am knocking on doors, talking to sex offenders,
FBI, Secret Service, TBI.
I am
Santa
communicating with the
Sheriff's
they.
Office has
I
all
just
done
talked to
that
Tim
multiple
Bailey, asked him
times.
if they talked to the sex offender. They have not talked to the sex offender. He's
Okay, that bothers me. 50 days in, and they haven't reached out to the sex offenders in the area.
And that should have been one of the first things they did.
50 days in.
Thank you, Show Poodles. Sodium pentothal. He doesn't need that, though. He needs lithium.
Well, he didn't say that. Sonny said he didn't know. Or if she's talking about the conversation with Sonny.
Read the screen.
No,
I know.
They have not talked to.
That's what Heather's saying now. In the audio we listened to with Sonny earlier, Sonny was saying he didn't know that he wasn't involved in that part.
Thank you, Dreaming.
So
That's
unless
exactly
she had
what I meant.
another conversation,
There you go.
lithium is
See?
a mood stabilizer medication primarily used to treat. There's the volume thing is over the top of the.
Oh,
does that happen
sorry.
to you too?
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if they can see
It
it.
says
On,
I
to
can't-
treat and prevent episodes of
Prevent.
mania and depression associated with bipolar disorder. I'm just telling
Okay.
you, that's what he needs.
So that's what she's saying is they haven't, but they might have. But of course, here's the thing too. If on day 1, 2, or 3, they kind of know what happened and they already know who their criminals are, then they're not necessarily looking for anybody else.
That's
right?
a good point.
We don't know what evidence they saw in those first couple of days. Something happened where they went to the landfill. Something happened in there. We've always heard that something happened somewhere around day 1, 2, or 3.
Mhm.
That story changes a little bit on what day it was, but that part has been pretty consistent.
Well, the
From
DA,
multiple
I
people.
believe the DA showed up, and multiple people will tell you that the DA showed up day 3.
Yeah, but like where
DAs don't show up for missing persons.
there was some kind of turning point that happened.
I gotta
We
take
just
a
don't know
phone call
exactly
real
when
quick,
that
guys. I'll
was.
be right back.
Is everything okay?
Yes. My husband's out of town and he's calling. Needs me to answer real quick. So I'll
Okay.
take the call. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. Nina says, hold on. I can't make it stop. Hold on.
This is really a view of his soul or lack thereof.
Thank you, Nina.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. But thank you, Nina.
So do you want to know what happened
To what?
in there?
Okay. Something got knocked over.
So Middle E decided that he was going, because his right hand's not working. For those of you who don't know, his right side's not really working, and that's why he's in therapy from his surgery. With his left hand only, he decided to change a battery in a computer while we were on a live stream.
Yes.
And lost a screw.
Oh no.
And then trying to get down to the screw, he lost his balance and fell.
See, okay.
He didn't fall far. It was like he was bent over and kind of just toppled over.
Yeah.
But he's fine.
It's fine.
But I solved it from getting an old computer and having him take a screw out of it. But watch your feet. You might step on a tiny,
On the little
tiny screw.
Well, good. So, okay. Well, nobody's hurt.
Yes.
It was noisy. I don't know if they could all hear that or not earlier.
Oh. I will tell you though.
We think so, Thought Criminal. We think she's at home. The context of all this, it sounds like Katie's at home and Chris is either on FaceTime or speakerphone or something along those lines.
Mhm.
That's how it appears. Yeah. At least oh.
It jumped.
Mr. E, you should open up a phone line for the boy CP to call in and discuss his dramatic. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I don't think we'll be doing phone lines.
we actually thought about
it.
that at one
I know.
point, but we did not go that route. Show Poodle says at least you won't step on a Lego. Our Lego stepping days have been over for a while. It's very rare now. We used to have a lot of Lego problems, but not so bad anymore. I was kind of okay. I didn't want to do it without you because you haven't heard this.
And
Sorry.
Kim French says CP controller of Sebastian and KP. I mean, the controlling aspect is just, I mean, you can't even.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, you can't, it's off the charts.
Thank you, girl mom.
Well, and just
it scared me.
I get that I get the whole, we're concerned about people being on our property and all this is happening. I get all that, but he's over the top. He's absolutely over the top, manic crazy.
Good idea, L. Kennedy. Consider taking voice message questions and answering them live. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it. I mean,
I had it set up to do it.
Josh does it with Gary Bricado a lot, and it goes well. You're a little nervous.
I'm a little sketchy.
Yeah.
I'm a little, I'm no Gary. I'm no Dr. Gary.
Yeah.
I don't have the quick lines and all the knowledge of serial killers. So.
Yeah, I don't know. We might do that at some point. Who knows?
How about ask Aunt E?
Ask Aunt E. Just serve it all up for her.
Yeah. Everything okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. He was just actually, he's in town, but out of town. He had a conference this week and it's not too far away, but he was calling to tell me how great his dinner was. And he didn't think it was going to be good. So he was telling me about that. And I said, I can't talk to you right now.
That's funny.
I know.
Because he really loves food, and
food's important to him.
That's his love language. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And he had prime rib tonight, and he said it was excellent. And I'll tell you off camera where he was, because you won't believe how great the food was at a place you would not think that the food would be good.
Ooh, okay. Looks like that weird place we went to in the Irish place we went to in
Sonoy.
No, the Irish place. Now that place is good too. But no, the Irish place we went to at the beach.
Oh, McGuire's.
Yes.
That was good.
So anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it was good. That was
We're off topic again.
That was a surprise. Yes, it was good. But anyway, I want to hear the rest of this crazy story.
We both saw it, right? Prophets gave out 108 trespassing warnings for Halloween.
Did you?
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they didn't get a lot of trick-or-treaters.
Anyway, let's just get back to it. I think we're a little bit off.
Yeah.
So.
Said I'm free to go do so, which is what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay. Well, first off, when you come on somebody's property, you're supposed to announce yourself, because we have it posted, no trespass. It doesn't matter what your fucking job title is. Well, once again, I tried to explain to you, there's no property lines in that entire subdivision. There's no community spaces. No, nothing. Nothing.
Nobody cares.
So where you were walking yesterday on camera, you're on my property.
But I really wish that you would lighten up a little bit, because we are focusing on the wrong thing when we.
What?
Whose camera was he? What was she on? Their camera? Because that's 50 days later, and they have cameras.
Well, that's what we're saying, is that I probably at the time took a screenshot of people talking about them having cameras installed, because it was on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember the day. I'm sure somebody in our chat does, but
yeah, they got new cameras afterward. Yeah, that's true.
Wait, hold on. GTO guy. Oh my gosh. GTO guy says, Mr. E, do you remember Art Bell and his coast to coast nighttime radio program? You have no idea.
Yeah.
He had a special line for aliens to call in. Again, you could set up a manic boy line. I will tell you, Mr. E and I were huge fans of Art Bell back in the day. We would be late night driving, listening to Art Bell. We loved it. It was our go-to. It was the best, because Art Bell did such a good job of, no matter how ridiculous or how crazy people sounded, he would sound so genuinely interested. And he didn't ridicule them or anything. He just, would ask these very, I don't know, the way he handled the lunatics that would call him. It was amazing. It's kind of like Dr. Gary. If you think about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, Dr. Gary,
yeah.
people call it, you know, Gary, he's just very interested. He really likes,
Oh, yeah,
you can
yeah.
tell Art Bell really likes people. Dr. Gary really likes people.
Yes.
Okay, this is something interesting, not to change the subject, but for Crying Me Out Loud gave us a $9.99 super chat.
Thank you.
And she said, truly believe Sebastian is alive. I believe this because I think they would just proceed with a no body case if they thought he wasn't with us any longer.
Thank you for the super chat.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. I mean, I hope that's the case.
Oh, I think it's possible. Yeah, I don't
That's
dismiss
the
it.
best case scenario, right?
Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, I think at night, and the people that are still really invested in the case and are working on it, they are going on that assumption that he is still alive and he's out there somewhere. So that we have to keep that hope alive until we have.
Pebbles says allegedly he set his cameras and then changed it to the neighbors. Oh.
Yes, and also too, someone mentioned about him saying they upgraded their cameras. He said they upgraded their cameras.
I've heard that before.
If you didn't already have them.
Yeah, Brenda said that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Cajun said it too. She just said,
"Hi, Cajun.
How do you upgrade if you didn't already have them?"
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really good point.
Oh my gosh, all the friends are here tonight.
Yeah,
I'm
a lot
just
of
looking
great
through
people.
here, all the friends. I'm so happy you guys are here. Okay, let's keep going.
We should be focusing on finding Sebastian.
If you want me to lighten up,
I do.
You want me to lighten up?
Yes, sir.
It's real simple.
I will not walk on your property again. I apologize for walking down the easement, what looked like an easement.
You told my neighbor you were hired by the family, and I am the family. So
Exactly.
if I didn't
So
hire
that
you,
tells me right there that you're hired by the Rogers family.
But
So
I am
what?
not hired to implicate or.
So what?
Again,
Who cares?
Missing the point.
Missing the point. She is hired by the family, the father of the child. That is the family. And them going off about it is ridiculous. It makes them look so guilty and stupid.
And petty. Really
Just petty. Yes, petty. That's the best word for it.
Who cares?
Do you want to talk to chat or take over here because or do nighttime medicine? Because it's that time.
What are my options again?
Are you able to start and stop this?
No,
on
I
yours?
can't do that.
Okay, so that's the problem.
Yes.
So
Can you just hand me your laptop?
I suppose I can.
Oh, well, then we'd have to reset up your stuff.
That's okay.
How much longer?
That's
Well, we
okay.
do have
You
a
know
while to
what?
go.
I will put my thing like this on, and then I'll hand you the laptop, and then you can hand it back to me when I come back.
Okay.
That work?
Oh, yeah. Then I can stop it when we want.
Okay.
You'll probably just miss more talk about easements.
I am not taking the dogs out though, because they went right before we started.
Sure.
Yeah. Allegedly said Tennessee has prosecuted several no-body cases. Seth also said in an interview in December that Craddock told him they are going to have a hard time bringing him home. So they definitely know. I don't know. I don't remember that comment. I'm not saying that he didn't say that.
They're going to have a hard time bringing him home.
That's what, I'll put up her post.
I don't remember that either.
Says Tennessee has prosecuted several no-body cases. And I know they have. Seth also said in an interview in December that Craddock told him they're going to have a hard time bringing him home. So they definitely know, in my opinion. I don't remember that. So maybe that's something I wasn't aware of.
Might have been an interview we missed with
That
Seth.
is an odd comment if that was said.
Thank you, Diane. Says, thank you for covering this tonight. So important. Value your opinions and time. Missed y'all. Well, thank you, Diane. We appreciate we
missed you guys.
Yeah, we there was so much to talk about here. So we're not gonna be able to get to all of it tonight even. It's amazing how much has come out in just 2 months.
Yeah, well, all this leaked audio stuff, I'm so glad that it has, because it gives you a little more perspective into the way they were behaving. And to me, it shows even more suspicious behavior. I mean, who acts like that? Who acts like that? I mean, I understand you don't want people on your property, but when you got somebody trying to help you, I just don't understand it. I don't understand a lot of things that he says. But
like you were saying at first, I get it. But after what are we at 8 minutes of this still talking about easements?
Yeah.
You know, there would reach a point where it's, oh, okay, you're a PI. But see, now it's all about the Seth versus Chris and Katie element, because she's like, oh, you don't work for the family because I'm the family.
Yeah, like she's the only person. Yeah, she acts like she's the only person that's his family, and that's just absolutely not the case.
It's wild, the disrespect to him. One of the things I try to put myself in their position. If I were, assuming I were innocent, if I were divorced and the child were with me and mom lived somewhere else and my child disappeared, I would feel completely responsible, even if I had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? If he ran away, it's on my watch.
Right.
Mom would have nothing to do with it. The fact that they turn it and attack him, he wasn't there.
He was at work on the clock.
I mean, if anything, you should be feeling guilty and kind of, I mean, even if you're not guilty, even if you were just completely innocent, to turn it on him. He wasn't there. He's got the alibi. He has no responsibility in this. Ultimately, he disappeared on your watch. And so for him to get attacked, it's just really audacious.
Accuse you and
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say, I just can't get over the way he's just manic.
Yeah, he's a wild man. I mean, we saw that it's so hard to explain till you see him, but in the courtroom, even just out of control, just such wild energy. And that's him on his best behavior. He can barely control himself.
I'm not acting.
Okay, I am trying to find him, so I want to talk to you too.
You'll come find me.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm here trying to find you.
I'm not hard to find.
Okay, when do you want it? Let's set this up. When do you want to meet? Whenever. We're at Memphis. I'll be in Jackson tomorrow, so I can meet you. I can I can come all the way to Memphis if that's what you require, or you can meet me somewhere in between.
Well, I would prefer you come see me because I work nights. So 9 to 1, when you guys are up, I'm actually sleeping.
He finally has started to turn. It took a while for her to get him there,
Well, I mean, the thing is, she's trying to bring it back to, okay, I'll come meet you. Where can I meet you?
It took her about 8 minutes of getting just berated by him, but she just kind of stood her ground and eventually gets it back.
She did apologize about the easement. I think that kind of calmed him a little.
Yes, it did.
But I think the thing that's very obvious is he doesn't want Katie talking to her without him there.
He wants to control the whole situation. Yeah.
That is very obvious for the mere fact that she has him on the phone. What's he going to do if he's in Memphis and you're on the phone? You think she's going to be intimidated by a phone? And somebody screaming at her on a phone? You can tell this girl's got the kahunas. She is not backing down. She's pretty brave, and she's not. I mean, a person in a phone is not going to scare her.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's been a PI for years, likely has been in worse situations than that.
Oh yeah. But I think it's funny how like you said, it took 8 minutes to get him just to say, okay, then you come here and I work nights and like just talk like a civil human being. Huh.
I don't know if he's got that gear.
Well, okay, so but it's not going to be you.
I'm sorry.
I said obviously not. You say didn't have that gear.
You and Katie, it's just going to be you.
It would be just me because unless Katie's coming down to see me, well, she can't. We have other things that have to happen at the house. It wouldn't be together. The only time we're going to be together might be Sunday, Monday. That's when we might actually be back together again.
Okay, well,
I'm working.
I mean, I'd rather do it both at the same time. I mean, you already said you don't want me talking to your wife without you present. So that would mean.
And you can ask the cops that. They don't show up and talk to her without somebody telling us both.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. So now he's telling the cops what they can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because,
you just ask the cops. They know.
The cops, they might have important things they need to discuss with Katie to, find Sebastian. But hey, if he's in Memphis, you're just going to have to wait.
Sorry, you better wait.
Yeah. It tells you everything.
Yes, it does.
You have to be willfully blind to not see what's happened.
Can you imagine if we had these videos back when this all started? Everybody's case would be made.
It all fits though. It all fits looking back.
Oh yeah.
Because this is around the time he was so crazy volatile with people around web sleuths and all that.
Oh yes.
That's just the way this works. That's safety in numbers. I don't trust. Don't take it the wrong way. I don't know.
Well, and I mean, we wouldn't know each other. I mean, we have no reason to know each other prior to this. But
it's not hard to make a phone call and talk to somebody first. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
However, my history with cases like this is that, especially with you guys are already defensive.
Right, I understand that. Not everybody in this world is like that. Not everybody is.
Sorry.
Like that. I'm not. I'll be honest, I'm level-headed, I'm very brash, I'm blunt to the point. I've already told the cops this. I don't give a flying fuck what happens to him or what happens to that fucking family.
Yeah.
They did what they did.
Yeah. What would be really great in a perfect world would be if I could calm that down a little bit, because right now.
What does he mean? They did what they did.
Does he mean Seth's mother or the grandmother or whatever? Didn't she make some statements? And Seth was going out on shows. I don't know. We'd have to kind of know exactly what was happening around that time.
No, Nina, we haven't ever run into them.
And you know what? I thought there was a long time after the disappearance that he was not working anywhere, and he wasn't working in Memphis.
Oh, Alicia's right. Hi, Alicia. It's the GoFundMe.
Referring to the GoFundMe.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I can see where that would upset them to a degree, but it was all started with good faith that to make flyers and do all that stuff. I mean, I get that some people don't like those, and it makes things look suspicious right off the bat. If you're trying to get money, but I also understand them.
We've seen a lot of families start GoFundMes though,
and needed them. Yeah.
Now, but it's not this isn't helping Sebastian.
It didn't help Sebastian when he aired his trauma. It didn't help Sebastian when he accused his mother of murder. It didn't help.
That's a weird way of saying that.
It is.
It is. And did he go out and publicly accuse her of doing that? Did he?
On day 50?
I don't know. I've heard Seth kind of be all over the place with what he's thought. And I think that's just kind of the way it is. I think sometimes he actually doesn't know what to think. And just talking to him, don't you believe that's kind of?
I think so. I think
he really doesn't.
I think like with everything, you have your different, you have your emotions are all over the place.
I think
one day he might believe that, the next day he might believe it's not possible.
Yeah, I think ultimately he doesn't know what happened, and he goes week from week with different thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think that's kind of the way it's been for him.
Right.
Well, and this
the
next part I think's odd. Did they make $50,000?
I thought it was like 20.
I don't think it was near 50.
I don't know why I have that number in my mind, but I do. I don't know. I never heard 50 though. So
no, I never heard that.
They talk about this, right? The discussion that they had with the police and how they had agreed. I think that's in this clip.
And you might be right
in the other one.
Cool Cougar said Seth said he thought she possibly over medicated. I do remember that.
Yeah,
something
he did
to
say
that effect. But that's not.
We've talked to him on the phone a few times, and I would say, like Mr. E is saying, he's all over the place. I think he, from day to day, is not sure what. I think he just doesn't know, and he's doing what anybody in this
Anybody
situation would do.
gets-
They would speculate. They'd be all over the board. I think he
Yeah,
doesn't want to
that's really the
believe
way he's
that's
been
what
more.
happened.
Yeah.
So, but he does hold out hope that he's going to come home.
Right. It was nowhere
And-
near 50. Yeah. That's what people were saying. That's what I thought too. Was nowhere near 50.
Sebastian, when he made almost $50,000 on my son going missing.
Who did?
Seth.
Yeah.
Don't know. I didn't know about that. I don't know anything about that.
Every single day he goes on. Internet sleuth.
Let me lay this out for you, okay? They could
But
investigate.
him, I tried to work with him.
We were all in my house.
Mhm.
Me,
Oh, yeah.
Katie, Seth, and 2 other witnesses and law enforcement. We're in the house.
Yeah.
Two other witnesses?
Bower socks.
Oh.
I bet you.
Well, are they witnesses means you saw something. You witnessed something.
Witnesses, I think he means to the conversation.
Okay.
Brought up, what else can we do to help with this situation?
Right. Okay.
And when I said, hey, do we need to raise money? Do we need to get some investigators? What do we need? Horses, whatever. We'll do whatever.
Yeah.
They said, don't
Yeah.
do anything with money because it makes the family look bad and it could turn ugly. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All of us standing in that living room in my house made an agreement
Mm-hmm.
that said we were not going to do that.
We'll
Okay.
pause there.
Okay?
Well-
So I've tried to imagine how that actually played out.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I actually think that conversation happened pretty similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine that the police in there would say something like, well, look, if you do GoFundMes and things of that nature, it is going to make you look guilty. So be forewarned, that is a consideration.
Right.
I could see them passing that advice. Them telling you not to do it is a.
I don't think they would take. I don't think they would take those liberties. I don't think
Yeah.
they would do that.
They can't tell you that, first of all.
And
Really?
then the idea that they all stood in that living room and had a conversation and took a vote and had this well, yeah, we were all in agreement that we weren't going to do this.
Mm-mm.
Does that
I
sound,
just don't
does
see-
Chris's personality sound like?
I don't see
Hey,
that.
Seth,
That's
what do you
that's
think?
the
Do you think we
police.
should just
The police is that the police wouldn't say that. They're going to be concerned about what happened and where he's at. They're not going to tell you don't go start a GoFundMe. They're just not. That's really not in their rights to tell you to do
Right.
anything like that.
Gray Dragon saying the same thing. I think they suggest or warn, but
Yes.
not tell them not to.
Right. And I think this idea that they had an agreement is Christian. Well, we're not going to do that, right? And Seth maybe in the moment just said, sure.
Well, and
then-
from my understanding,
later
didn't
somebody set it
Seth's
up.
sister or someone started.
Yeah.
It wasn't even him.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, that's how it happened. Because what happens in crisis is people reach out and they say, well, they know he's, it's it's a disaster. It's a tragedy. He'd been gone for 2 or 3 days, whatever day she set that up. And people want to help.
Real Me Too says Seth invited you guys to every vigil with a promise of no drama, and you never showed up. At first, I thought she was talking to us, and I was like, "No, we were there. We've been to several vigils.
We were right there with you,
Yeah.
Real Me Too."
And we were promised no drama, but our very first vigil, there was tons of drama.
And I think that I think that was actually sincere from him too.
Yeah.
He did want them to go and be
A part
and
of
try
it.
to make it like not a drama event.
Right.
I do believe that actually was his intention.
Oh my goodness, dreaming. Aunt E's will be excited, but I am not.
Kentucky has lost to Louisville.
Oh my stars.
That's shocking. That is shocking. We have lots of people in our family that are huge Kentucky fans. So I always have to play the devil's advocate. I was more of a Louisville fan.
You weren't,
UK
though.
fan growing up, but then I kind of switched. I got tired of all the UK.
It's because
It's a cult, and I got tired of it, and so I switched over.
no,
to
you're just wrong.
No, it is. It's like a cult. They're like crazy, and
You just like the
so
color red better.
I did. But blue's my favorite color, so it used to be
Right,
red.
because UK's a better team.
Nah. You're right, Michelle Georgia said the police wouldn't say that. Yeah, they're not attorneys. The police don't advise you not to do. They just don't do that. They don't. There. I don't believe that for a minute. Lies.
And Duke won tonight too. Are you just trying to ruin my night dreaming?
Oh my gosh. Now I do still have a huge heartburn over the Duke UK game.
Oh, it hurts. It still hurts. It's how many years has it been? Like 35?
I don't know. I remember when it happened, my niece had just had her
I watched it happen.
Jaw wired shut. She had a bad bike accident, and I was at my brother's and his wife.
Oh, is that where you were?
Yes, I was at their house when we watched the game. Yes,
I was in my dorm room and I was just heartbroken.
Yeah, I was at their house and they were both UK grads, and it was not good.
You were still for UK at that point.
Yeah, I was. I wanted them to win. Anybody would want them to beat Duke. I'd want anybody to win over Duke.
I will say though, Duke. We actually had. My heart has changed a little bit about Duke. Other than that, basketball game still hurts my soul.
Oh, their coach is awesome though.
But when we needed help and a second opinion for Middle E, we had a doctor at Duke do it quickly and free of charge.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was crazy how quickly they did it. So, and we actually have been incorporating some of the things that he had.
And why do you care about the GoFundMe anyway? Right?
I mean,
if you're Katie, why do you even care?
I wouldn't
because
care.
It's not them getting the money; it's somebody else.
Well, there's history, though. You know, we don't know their back history. We just don't know.
It's just not important compared to what she's got going on or shouldn't be. I mean,
Hey, Kelly was asking how little E is. It's actually Middle E is the one that has the issue. Little E is asleep. I hope
she better be.
She better be. I know I put her to bed. But Middle E is healing slowly. He still cannot move his right hand or right foot, but he has moved from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane. So we're pretty happy about that. There's
we didn't even use the wheelchair at the hospital today. We walked the whole way.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
That's great.
He wanted to do it.
Well, he's walking. He's trying to walk without the cane in here.
Well, they're telling him next week they're going to practice more without the cane.
And he actually did slowly go up the stairs.
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't tell you?
No.
He wanted some papers or something upstairs, and so I stood behind him, and all that.
But then he had to come back down backward because of the way that the handrail is.
He needs to be on the right side. Yeah, you might have to put a railing on both sides.
I don't think it would work. Anyway, and his language is slowly getting better, I think. I mean, he went from being able to basically say one word at a time to 2 words, and he still has trouble pronouncing things, which is frustrating for him because
I know
he's a very good public speaker. But anyway, I mean, there's a little bit of movement in his foot. It can kind of go like this a little bit more than it was doing a week or so ago.
Plus, I think walking on it is going to help, and that making that contact with the ground.
Aww.
That's going to help.
Gray Dragon says, I am Froggy, just a girl who loves Frog's husband. Okay. She wanted to tell you she's been praying for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we appreciate all your all's prayers. I don't mean to get sidetracked. Sorry. I just wanted to share an update.
Oh, and Kelly's asking for prayers for her granddaughter. She's 6 and she's having some issues. So please say prayers for her.
We
will. Praying people, please give Kelly's granddaughter a prayer.
Thank you guys so much.
I just can't get over this. I mean, boy, I wish we'd had this a long time ago. But then it gives us something to talk about now.
It does. I don't know why it's coming out now.
And that Cajun might be right too. She said they didn't want Seth to be able to pay for the PI or anyone who could prove them guilty, in her opinion.
Ooh,
that's a good point.
Well, I mean, it's a factor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we used to say, Little E used to say that all the time because we were at the very beginning of all this, we didn't even know this world existed. And we found, I think Dolly was one of the first ones that we found. And I was like, you've got to watch this guy. He's really funny.
Yeah.
And he would, and so Lily would pick it up and she'd go, "Where's the baby?"
Right.
You know. Anyway.
Yeah. He covered it a lot at the beginning, and before we even talked, we were just still on that talking phase where we were talking about it all the time, but we hadn't even started thinking about a show.
Michelle, I will tell you he's a teenager. I don't really want to say his exact age, if that's okay. But he is a teenager. So you can imagine, in his right side, which is what's not working, is his he's right-handed.
Yeah.
So this has just been super tough for him.
Yeah. Well, let's play some more of this.
What?
Allegedly says they had a PI too. Let's not forget about fish sticks.
Oh, that's what Mob Crew calls somebody.
Yeah.
I missed this. What would you say?
Allegedly said they had a PI too. Let's not forget about fish sticks.
Right. Throughout this rant, they actually talk about how pointless having a PI is almost. And then they get one.
Yeah.
All right. We got a lot to go, so let's keep going.
So,
hold on. Turn your phone around.
Uh-oh.
See, that's what I'm saying. Turn your phone around.
Hers. I want to see the face of her phone.
Oh, that she's recording.
Oh,
See
so
the
he
face
is
of
on
my
FaceTime
phone?
or something.
Yeah, I want to see the face of her phone because he wants to see if she's recording. But little did he know she probably had a recorder on her body.
Right.
Because,
she probably does that on every job she goes on.
Right.
I would too.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Actually. That's a good point, BMW.
That's what I don't get. Their PI went up on social media, but Seth's PI was reamed for
going on YouTube. Right. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Peace Love Jeeps wants to know about the easements. This may not have been asked. Do easements not exist in Tennessee like in a neighborhood? They exist everywhere in Michigan. Yes, easements exist.
Yes.
We were kind of talking about this earlier.
They say in their neighborhood, their yard backs right up to their neighbor's yard and there's no easement. But I know in my yard, there's an easement.
Right.
But
my backyard has an easement.
The thing was is that clearly there's no way for her to know that. Like that was their property line up to the ditch.
And if you see no trespassing signs on a fence, you assume that means don't go inside the fence. It doesn't mean no trespassing anywhere where you can see the sign over in the next street. I mean, we need no trespassing way over there because I can read the sign. I mean, they're stupid.
Right.
That's true. That's true. If it's within your eyesight, that means you can't trespass.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
Real Me Too says it only applies to them. They make their own rules. Right.
Right on.
True. They own their easement.
You do own your easement. It's just that it's.
Well, they say they own their easement.
Well, we own our easement too. It's just that like he said, they told us not to build anything because we have, a large area and we could have probably put something back there if we wanted to, and we chose not to because if we do, then it could get torn down.
Well, I have a real easement that's considered, because I have an HOA, and so we have common areas is what they call them here.
Yes.
And if it's a common able nobody owns it. The development owns it.
Well, we have those too. In our we have common areas, but we also have easements.
But the whole thing was how would she know this? There's
right.
No way for her to have known.
I mean, she could read the sign from the next street over and see no trespassing. Does that mean she needs to leave because she's trespassing where she can see it? I mean, it's just silly. The whole concept is silly.
It is.
Right.
And the fact that they care about that more than they care about trying to find the child.
Well, again, if you're thinking about looking at the overhead map, the way the fences don't touch, so you would think that means that that's a common area.
Right.
Your assumption would be people would stretch their fence to as far as possible.
Right. Exactly.
Not leave an extra 20 feet or whatever. Right.
And I'm guessing that the fences are like that because they have to leave it that way because it's an easement because
they own it, but
they have to maintain it.
Right.
But if the city wants to come in and put a pipe or, do some kind of maintenance, they can dig that up and do it.
And if you have a fence there, they'll destroy it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
All right, let's keep going.
Let me unlock it.
Having this conversation. Don't take it the wrong way, but I told you I don't trust people right now. And people are trying to use shit and however they can. But that conversation in that living room
Rightly
was
so.
an agreed upon deal not to do anything with a GoFundMe page and collect money and benefit off of this.
Mm-hmm.
And sure as shit, what happened? The very next fucking day, there is a GoFundMe fucking page that's posted.
By his sister.
Right.
So I'm sorry.
So I didn't understand how he knew that Sebastian wouldn't be found and would need money when my son hadn't been missing 72 hours, and yet he knew he was going to need money to pay his bills that far in advance.
So pause there. So that's not what that's for.
That's not what I was told it was for either.
Yeah. That it's.
I don't think that was not what it was started for anyway. It wasn't about paying bills. It was to start immediately so that they would have resources immediately to start looking. We're still on.
Yeah.
We're still on, Mom. We're alive.
No, I'm talking about UK and Louisville.
Oh, Louisville won. UK got beat.
Told me in halftime.
Oh, well, they got beat. She had to report. She won't ever talk when we're on, but boy, she wanted to know about the game.
Yeah, that's funny.
Tell Mom I said good night.
Mom, she said good night. She can't hear. She got the door closed.
That's okay. You know what? She'll probably slip up and not call me Mrs. E. So
yeah. Somebody said it reminds me of the yard sign they had infringing the house as how it was always crooked when I saw it in people's lives, and I had driver. I don't get that. Okay, I was just reading.
The thing is when people in that moment, that things are different now, but in those first few days, when people started learning the story, they just want to help,
right?
And they just want to come in and say,
and
"Oh my gosh, this kid's been missing 3 days. Where can I give you some money?"
Thank you, Cynthia. That's very sweet of you.
Well, and that's a lot of times, and this happens, and you all have seen this with, when people have a crisis of any kind, a sick child, a child going missing, a bad accident with somebody in a family, that people either want to send you food, start a GoFundMe. They want to help ease your burden. That's the first thing people want to do, because sometimes that's the only thing they can do.
And they're not thinking about you using that money necessarily for PIs or whatever. They just want to say, hey, don't worry about lunch tomorrow. Here's $50 in your GoFundMe. I know you're going to be spending money on gas, or we just
volunteers, like helping them.
Obviously, none of you people are going to be at work for a while, or even if you are, you're not going to function well. And here's
a good example. How many friends stepped up and sent us DoorDash, and we had people bring us groceries.
And food
with
and all
this stuff with our son. We've had somebody brought me detergent.
What different detergent?
I needed it, and I was driving back and forth to the hospital, and you were staying with him.
I see.
And I really needed it to just keep things going. And Aunt E and Granny dropped everything and drove up here twice. They've done that. People want to help, and how many times? I mean, people were sending us lunch at the hospital. And at the rehab facility and stuff, people want to help. And sometimes the only way they feel like they can help is just to give you money so that you can do what you can,
Right.
And there were so many people wanting to help with the search. And at a certain point, the search, so lots of people are too elderly or can't get out, or they just want to help. And
they don't have
like
another way.
They just want to do something.
Right. Because at that point, you don't know how long this is going to go on, but 3 days, you start feeling pretty.
Oh, that's right.
Not,
Summer Dog. He was out of work for his shoulder during that time.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm sure it came from a good place, though. That's the thing.
And again, what difference does it make? It doesn't make any difference in Sebastian being found the next day or not.
Mm-hmm.
If his family set up a GoFundMe for him, who cares?
Right.
It has no impact on them at all.
I think that anybody would have blamed, Chris or Katie if they had one too.
I wouldn't have blamed him either. And I'm sure they did have people try to give them money and send them gifts and send them food and gift cards. And I'm sure they had people close to them doing things like that.
They probably had
I'd be
neighbors
shocked if they didn't.
that reached out to them too if they didn't make them mad.
I bet they did. I bet they had people sending them
Well, of course.
casseroles and
I
doing
mean,
all
there
the
were
things,
people
that people
looking. I
do.
mean, I
The
think there
meal
were all
trains
kinds
and
of,
everything.
I'm
I
sure they
think
did.
there were all kinds of people out, just walking around the streets looking. I mean, there were people everywhere.
But the part that I wonder, so why are they so upset about that? And I wonder if it's the part where they say because it would make them all look guilty. And their number one concern in that first week was not looking guilty.
Not looking guilty.
This is not the first week though. This is 50 days in.
No, but they had that agreement.
Oh,
And they're
I
upset
see.
because Seth gets this thing at 3 days in. This is still in the time when they're not wanting their name out there. They're not doing anything publicly. They're yelling at news crews for being in the streets. They're yelling at Bobby for you just driving down the road. They're trying. If you think that they are responsible for his disappearance, at that point, they're just hoping this whole thing goes away.
Right.
That this is a runaway, because they're trying.
And typically the runaways,
It's the autism, like we saw with the other local guy.
Did you see?
I did.
I know we weren't together today because he was at the doctor and I was doing this stuff and getting the kids from school. But
because there's in the same county, we had another young man with autism disappear
24.
Just a few days ago, and he's deceased. We don't know what happened to him yet, but he just turned up today. But that's what those kind of cases are so common with autism. That's.
And Shadows in the Dark had a good point. They made an agreement with Seth's family. They didn't make an agreement with Seth's family. They made an agreement with Seth, from what it sounds like. And it was Seth's family that did it. So
yeah.
And then there was another good point that I missed. A witchy mama says, if you accept money and gifts and are found guilty, you could be charged with fraud.
She said, can you be?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
Well, somebody said it said on the GoFundMe to pay bills. That was the description on the GoFundMe because Seth wasn't working. I don't know what it said because I never saw it.
I have wondered if they do end up being involved in some way, or someone in the family is, would they be financially liable for all that searching? Because those costs were astronomical.
Oh, they'd have to be.
Where did I see that?
I don't know. Can they be held, or whoever?
Where did I see that recently?
That's what happened.
That someone was charged. Yes, that they're suing. Darn it! I saw this the other day and meant to bring it to your attention. Where did I see this?
So it's a possibility.
I would say so. I think you can be held responsible, especially if you allowed the search to go on, knowing that you did something, or knowing that they were not there.
Yeah.
Was that with the Tony Metcalf?
There was something.
I don't know.
I think that might, because I just looked at the charges the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It could be it could be Piper. I looked at her charges again the other day too. The Brandy Elliott. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's the Haro
case.
That's it.
Haro.
Because they let him on a goose chase.
So they're going to have to pay.
Thank
for
you,
that,
guys.
at least.
I knew I saw it somewhere.
I think it was the Haro case. They were talking about that. But I mean, what money are they going to have to be able to pay for that? But I believe that they do get charges for that.
Well, even that that home they lived on, that it was not great out in LA, that area, that's probably still worth $1 million.
Could be.
I mean, even places like that out there are worth a lot. So they might go for, if they own that land.
I think it was family land, like his family.
Interesting. Okay, I got
allegedly says I think y'all are talking about the Austin Metcalf Carmelo Anthony case. They had to return the GoFundMe money and switch to a different fundraiser platform.
Oh, I didn't know that one. No, I was looking at someone's charges the other day.
I think it was Burrow.
And I'm sorry. I just don't remember. By the way, there was a big development today in the Austin Drummond thing. I don't know if you realize this.
Oh no. What
Yeah.
happened?
Oh, he got indicted today.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they're saying the DP's on the table for him.
Yeah, the
Oh,
grand jury
wow.
come back or whatever.
Yes.
Hmm. That's going to be an interesting case.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to talk about that. I mean, like I said, we are really behind on all this stuff. So, well, let's finish this up. Okay.
Yeah, so people are posting some examples of when this has happened. The Balloon Boy family were ordered to pay $36,000 in restitution to authorities to cover the cost of an extensive search. So it's so a few people have posted some examples. So that is a possibility.
Right.
But yeah, let's keep playing this and see what's next. I don't remember the next part.
That speaks volumes to me. The fact that he can't be bothered to help look for his son in the beginning. The fact that he literally released my son's sensitive trauma issues and blatantly lied about all of the details surrounding it, including the age of the person who did it to him. The fact that he has turned my son missing into some dramatized bullshit for the internet.
Yeah, just so he can profit. And it's sad. It is truly sickening. Honestly. It's sickening if he profited off of this.
I don't need to be on television hanging corners. I don't need to brag that I have done what I have done to help find my son.
Well, I understand how you guys feel about everything.
So you don't push the information to Detective Carter.
I haven't talked to Carter yet. Carter has not gotten back with me. So I had to...
down here with me.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. But
Huh.
He's down here with me. What? I didn't. That's the first time I've caught that.
That's interesting. So we don't know if he means Jackson, Tennessee or Jackson, Mississippi. He said he's down here with me. And he says, I was there yesterday.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah. NorCal, SoCal. I noticed the dog barking too. Just like crazy.
Yeah. The little yappy dogs.
I didn't catch that.
No, I didn't either.
Let's go back.
So they're taking road trips together.
Well, I understand how you guys feel about everything.
So you don't push the information to Detective Carter.
I haven't talked to Carter yet. Carter has not gotten back with me. So I had to...
down here with me.
He's down here with me.
He hasn't said where he is at this point, is he?
I think he said Jackson, but we were trying to determine because he said I was just there yesterday.
But he's not in Jackson right now when this is phone call.
Yes, I think he's in the same place he was the day before.
Okay.
Or in that vicinity.
Monique, I have listened to you all three before. Nice to finally have the guts to send you a thumbs up. I like all of you three. Great job. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for being in our chat. You're welcome.
You can always chat with us.
We love all of our chat friends. They're like family to us now.
Brandon, it was Brandon Carter. Is he with Sumner County?
He's the lead detective.
He's the lead detective with Sumner County. He's not in TBI. I've listened to this repeatedly today, and I did not catch that. That's super interesting.
At this time, though, he's not the lead detective, is he? Because that would still be Craddock.
Right, because Sonny Weatherford still.
Right. So maybe he was Craddock's partner or something.
Right. Heather said she could come meet him in Memphis, so he wasn't home. He also says something later on. Well, I'll point it out when we get to it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. But
The reason why they didn't answer.
Yeah.
I know that.
But so yeah. But
don't take this the wrong way, but why is a PI going on doing internet sleuth interviews?
Why is Carter wherever Chris is?
I don't know. Traveling with Chris somewhere? I don't know.
That's very questionable.
It is.
That's a lot of information.
I mean, things like that cost money too. You've got to get stuff like that approved, and
or was he trailing him openly? I'm trailing you. He wasn't the lead detective at this
He's
point.
definitely implying that Carter's in the same city. He said he's down here with me.
He remember there's been times where he's acted like they were friendly.
Michelle
Carter
said she took it as TBI. He is at TBI being questioned, and maybe Carter is there at TBI and they're questioning him.
Maybe.
So that very well could be.
You know, there have been people throughout my life, and I think Aunt E can agree with me, that there are people that are just big talkers and that want to seem connected.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And they
and
always
I feel like
he name droppers.
Well, I felt like he was sort of setting her up for her to say the wrong thing. And she answered honestly and said, I haven't talked to him yet. And I think they were hoping she would have said something different. So he could be like, gotcha, he's here with me. That's what it felt like. It felt like a setup to me.
Yeah, like it fell through. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he contacted me before I was even hired to work the case. But yeah,
no
but
offense, I'm just asking.
But no, I mean, I'm not a sleuth. I'm actually a PI.
I didn't call you a sleuth.
Yeah.
On
the sleuth podcast. Yeah. I mean, they asked me for my thoughts on the Sebastian Rogers case, and
so
who is it?
Aware of all of that, and Seth is not doing anything that he hasn't already done to me in the past.
Like, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
I think she means that. I think maybe she means the things he said about her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, they've got and they had a divorce and a lot of harsh words said both ways, all that. I guess they changed their tune on hiring internet PIs.
Oh, we do know the lingo for those woods. I know what he means down here with me, but I think he wouldn't know he was down there with him if he weren't interacting with him in some way.
Right. Why would he even know?
Yeah, he wouldn't know that he's down there. That I don't think he insinuated they're hanging out, but if you read between the lines, he's probably being interviewed and he's sitting in on the interview because he's the lead detective for Sumner County. So would make a lot of sense that he was in Jackson, Tennessee at TBI being interviewed about the disappearance.
I do think he was trying to set her up so he could be like, gotcha. I really do think he was trying to set her up.
Yeah.
But you know, there's been a lot of, like we were saying, there's been a lot of name dropping and things throughout this to seem more connected and more in the know.
Yes.
So
I'm not interested in the drama. I'm not interested in the rumors. I'm going to base who I think needs to be on the radar based on my interviews, my investigation, not what anybody else says.
So I have a question.
Those dogs, man.
You conduct your portion, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the Rogers family has hired you.
Okay.
It is very evident.
Okay.
Because we didn't hire.
They announced it publicly. It's not a secret. I know, but we already know.
There is another PI too, by the way.
I know. There's at least like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh yeah, I will tell you this. You can tell all the PIs because I know you won't talk.
Yeah, we do.
Because we're sick and tired of being stalked and people coming on our properties. Because that's not just my property. It's theirs. We've worked with
we're cool about that. Like,
probably 24 different, I'm the best one, I'm going to crack the case people already. And every last one of them that have talked to us, we have said, you are welcome to come and start from square one. You're not going to find anything that,
Well, I
250
How did they know
professionals
that? How do they know that? How do they know that they're not going to find anything?
Yeah. How do they know?
You're not going to find anything.
Yeah. But yet again, fast forward a few months and they've got their own PI.
Why do they think that? Why do you just assume they're not going to find anything? People,
I think what she's saying is you have to keep playing, but I think what she's trying to get at is that essentially she's trying to say that the house has been combed over several times and no one's going to find anything, that if there was anything to be found, it would have already been found. I think that's what she's getting at on it. But we talked about this today.
Well, even the 5 miles. So they talk in this about the 5 mile radius and how it's been searched. But even at that, mistakes happen. It doesn't matter. Again. We have this case here in Robertson County, the Jennifer and Adriana Wicks disappearance, where do you remember this one, Auntie? The body, the
The body
leg
parts
that was found in a creek
Oh yeah,
several months ago, and it was the father of the guy that is suspected of having to do with Jennifer and Adriana's disappearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they ended up finding a skull and another body part in that same creek. But one of the people that found the skull was like the family doing their own search, even though it had already been
or the kid in Florida. What about the kid in Florida? His
That's
family
like the
found
kid.
him
That the mom.
right where he went, right where his phone pinged last.
Right.
Yeah. And
The young man that got in the argument with the people he was riding with.
Got out of the car and
So, people are human. They make mistakes. Just because it's been searched 20 times doesn't mean he's not there or there's not evidence there. And maybe she's not thinking of it that way. But just saying that, we did a 5-mile grid search. Well, he could still be in there. You really don't know. I remember there's a father that I think of all the time on a podcast I listened to. I think it was on Crime Junkies. Can't remember which one it
thank you,
was.
Monique. That's very sweet. Monique's from Norway.
But
that's awesome.
I had a roommate when I worked at
What'd she
Disney.
say?
Was from Norway.
What was the comment that she said?
Just hope you are well.
Just hoping we're well, and our kids too, and her son paints.
He did her picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and she hopes we'll be here a long time, and she says we're doing a fantastic job.
I was going to ask about your picture. That's very good. So one of your
he painted that picture. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that picture.
That's very cool.
Well, welcome. We're happy you're here. I forgot what I was going to say.
We were talking about the searching, but you're right. That's a great example because he was found in one of those, I don't know what you call them, those ponds by the interstate or whatever, right?
Swamp.
It was
kind of like a swamp.
It was like a little pond type area.
He was down by Miami, wasn't he?
No, I don't think he was that far down.
It wasn't that far.
It wasn't far from Miami.
But
well, I mean, like a smaller town near Miami.
But it happened. I was saying that there's a dad that I remember hearing about on one of those podcasts where he would search the woods every weekend. Just that was his, almost like his, not a hobby, but it was just, it's Saturday.
I know which one it was. I remember.
He had walked right. He's like, I know that spot. I walked right by her. And I just didn't. She was just around a little spot. I just didn't see her.
She was like down in a little.
Yeah. And it was
it's easy. I mean, you think about how heavily wooded the areas are over near there that you can the roads that we've driven down in that area. How easy it would be it's like a needle in a haystack, literally. And you would have to it would be easy to lose someone and never find them there. It would be easy.
Well, I think my example today is that on the Idaho 4, Chris McDonough found a glove.
Yeah.
After the police investigation had been going on for a little while, he found a glove. He found a glove of BK.
Well, it's like Riley Strain and those people found his ID down in Nashville.
Right. His debit card.
It was a TikToker.
Hundreds of searchers had gone down that bank.
Yeah.
Hundreds. 8 days later, they find his bank card. TikTokers.
Yeah.
TikTokers.
So you don't know. Of course, maybe, but still.
Right. Elijah Vu was found by a hunter in Wisconsin. Right.
So but I just think it was probably something very nefarious and taken far away. I think it's far away.
Well.
Yeah, I guess if you were giving her the benefit of the doubt and she's actually innocent, but there would be no reason to believe that someone couldn't find him.
Right.
This sounds like, well, no, it's over. We've given up. If the FBI hasn't found him, he's not going to be found.
Yeah, these PIs aren't going to be able to find him. Nobody's going to be able to find him.
There's no point. It's over.
Let's keep going.
But you're welcome to try because at this point,
I haven't been here since day one when all this went down.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. People can say, well, I understand how you feel when nobody knows how we feel.
Yeah.
Because unless you've lost a child and you've gone through this crap,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. Like, I don't tell people, you don't know shit.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I will tell you.
This is just in general.
I will tell you that I have only been hired on this case for 2 days.
I will forewarn you. So anything that you get, that you share back to the family.
do I share what? Share back to the family. Is that what you said?
You Yeah, if you anything that you find or you get, share.
It's going to depend if it comes from law enforcement, which is what I told Weatherford. If it's something they share with me that they tell me, because I understand that there are some things that don't need to be in the public, and if it's
Answer our question. Are you going to give them information back? Yes or no? I mean, it's real simple.
depending on what it is. If it's something I can share with them, yes, I will share it with them.
I will say this: I wish you the best of luck. I hope you find some. I hope you get some. Truly, I truly do. I hope you can find. I don't give a shit what it is. Piece of evidence or something.
Evidence again. Evidence.
Mm-hmm. Not find Sebastian. Find evidence.
Evidence
Then
of
move
what?
something in the right direction.
In one
right?
direction.
Oh.
Something in one direction.
Right.
Yeah, when I heard that, that was one of the statements that stood out the most, because that sounds like it's a very unnatural thing to say. Like,
evidence is
to find
unnatural.
evidence to move something in one direction.
Nanny, I was just talking about Clearwater. Why do you think he's in Clearwater, Florida? I'd like to know why you think that.
Yeah. He's not asking to find Sebastian. He's saying find evidence to move something in one direction. Like it's just not a natural thing to say.
Almost like I want him to find something to move in one direction away from what happened.
I know.
Hold on.
I know.
I truly do. I hope you can find. I don't give a shit what it is. Piece of evidence or something that move something in one direction.
Right.
I will tell you this. There is no chance Seth Rogers or the Roger family is going to reach out and contact us, and there's going to be reciprocating phone calls, because it ain't happening right.
There doesn't need to be phone calls between you guys.
The only way that's going to happen, he ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it. Yeah. It's real simple. So, and I mean, unfortunately, he's made this bed, he's going to lie. You know? I mean, it is what it is.
I tried, 4 different times to get him to interview with me.
It seems like y'all were somewhat cordial.
To interview. She tried 4 different times to get him to interview with her.
What does that mean?
Maybe go on TV with him?
Because, I
mean, we don't know their side of the story.
If she just called, he would have picked up the phone, right?
No, she said interview. So that leads me to believe that they wanted all of them on air together.
I don't know if I've ever asked him that question. I wonder if
maybe you ought to write that down.
Yeah.
That might be one you want to ask.
It'd be kind of hard to imagine he wouldn't have been willing to do that. So I wonder why he would not want to do that.
It's interesting though, right?
Yeah.
But the interview is a word that leads you to believe like on air.
Yes.
It wouldn't. I mean, I guess you could take it to be cops or whatever, but I don't think so.
I mean, she could be just lying.
I mean, that's possible too. I'm just saying I thought that was interesting too, though.
Yeah. Or they may have had conditions that were unreasonable.
Like,
who knows?
Chris has to be there.
Because it ain't happening right.
There doesn't need to be phone calls between you guys.
The only way that's going to happen, he ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it. Yeah. It's real simple. So, and I mean, unfortunately, he's made this bed, he's going to lie. You know? I mean, it is what it is.
I tried, 4 different times to get him to interview with me.
It seems like y'all were somewhat cordial in the beginning.
We were.
We have been very cordial. I got proof of shit that where he's running his mouth that he didn't talk to me and all this. I got phone records where I have had hour-long conversations.
When he said that Hayden spoke to him, that we refused to speak to him for 2 weeks, he was on the phone with him for long periods of time. Damn near every day at that point. Welcome
They were welcomed in the house. It was fine. And what was your name again?
This is what they told us about you too.
Well, everybody and I'm being honest, everybody on fucking Facebook, all this YouTube, all this TikTok, all this bullshit, they could take those fucking shows and stick them so far up their asses, and I hope they choke off.
Yeah.
Quite honest, there ain't a fucking one of them out there that have sit here and run us through the fucking dirt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire.
Well, we're so unhinged that they found some lady that has the same name as me that murdered her child, I guess,
I
in
found
the early
her too, but
2000s, and they're trying to say that that's
I
me.
rolled
That's
that
the
out.
problem with sleuths that don't have access to like.
I found that information
Mhm.
early on.
I remember.
And I was like, it's not her. It's a weird coincidence.
It's a very weird coincidence.
But it's not her.
Like the age and everything was like very close and stuff. And,
Mhm.
and then we were like, well, don't think that's her. I know which one
And
she's
I
talking
wouldn't
about.
run with it because I could not prove
But
it
I
was
can
her.
see why people thought it was because
Right.
Yes.
Because the name.
Yeah, it was, but you got to be careful when you do stuff.
Well, and I wonder how much of what they're saying is true from, about their communication with Seth and the beginning of the case,
Well,
right,
no, our
Cajun?
understanding is that it was cordial. I mean, it's probably as cordial as these people can be at first. That is, Seth has said that they were talking at first. I don't know about cordial. I'm not sure, about that part, but that they were
But
doing
they're
okay
basically
at
saying
first.
though he completely lied, and because he said that they didn't talk at all and they were talking all the time is what I'm just wondering who's telling the truth there.
I don't know.
There's three sides to every story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cajun says he criticized social media here, but ironically only speaks out on YouTube platforms. And Show Poodle says, "Isn't Scientology headquarters in Clearwater?" So I'm learning. I've learned this in the last week.
Wow, yeah, it's a can of worms. I've been down that.
Don't get going again.
I've been down that road, but in order to take him somewhere like that, I think you'd have to have an in on that.
It's Tom
You'd have to have someone. They don't just take you.
And then my cat's name is Karen. Wants to know when this call was. It was 50 days after Sebastian's disappearance. So,
also she says here she's only been on the case 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
but she's already talked to Sonny. So we now know that Sonny interview happened probably either the same day or the day before, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm
So
going to
that's
bet
also
the same day.
At about the 50-day mark. And in that interview, Sonny actually says that Carter is on a different case in another county and doesn't make it sound like it's the Sebastian Rogers case, right?
Right, he does.
Sorry.
Well, he says he was working on another case.
I was looking for the screw in the computer.
Well, since we know that Heather's just on day 2 of her case, she references that she's talked to Sonny already.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sonny interview we heard earlier had to have either happened earlier in this day or the day before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the Sonny Weatherford interview, that 7-minute interview, Sonny says something about Carter got called to another case in another county.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris is saying that Carter's with him. So Sonny's kind of not telling the truth.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's what it would appear, or didn't quite want to tell Heather where he actually was.
Well, and he doesn't have to tell Heather where he is.
Yeah, but he didn't have to tell her that he was on a different case.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. I just don't. I don't think there's anything weird about that. I think it's that, he doesn't know her from Adam, so maybe he was just being careful.
I'm not saying there's anything weird about it. I'm just saying he's not completely opened up to the PI in that 7-minute.
Right.
He's not just telling everything he knows. He's holding things back. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not saying it means anything bad at all. He shouldn't tell her everything.
Yeah. Whoops. NorCal said she thought it was odd too.
The Mormons? No, it's not the Mormon church in Clearwater. It's the other one that they just mentioned.
So people are kind of wondering what he said about Carter. I might have to go back and listen. I think he said something about a call to another case.
Ebony is saying, did he say he's conducting interviews? See, I wasn't in here. Okay.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen to that later.
He did say that he was supposed to interview him, but he had to go do another case or something. He says it's something about interview.
Okay. He did say
He does
something about
say that.
interview.
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, it is funny that he complains mostly about these internet,
Mm-hmm.
but that is where he spends all his time.
You are so right, Nina Drew. I couldn't have said that better.
What's that?
A little money doesn't buy class. Yeah, they have none. People that talk like that and use stupid words like that.
Oh, KJ's True Crime Campfire says, cops are allowed to lie to the public. I don't think he had proof that Sebastian came home either, in my opinion. Maybe, who knows?
I think they just saw the van or whatever she was driving go in the garage. I don't think they saw him physically get out of the car.
There's supposed to be a video of the trash. Now,
Yeah,
I've also been told that video is not easy to see. So I don't know. Let's keep
actual databases is that a lot of these like Truth Finder and all those like, the public access ones, there's mixed information.
Let me ask you this. You're going after sex offenders.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Right. That's
you have the access to scan the dark web for trafficking?
Yeah. I can get that done.
Huh. What would make her say that? That's interesting. Maybe to find out if she could access those things. So those things could easily be covered up.
I don't know. I think it's a possible red herring, honestly.
Maybe.
Not me personally, but I know somebody,
Yeah, you're thinking the way she's thinking. Is she trying to throw her off?
Yeah.
That's what I think too.
I can't hear anything.
I'm backing it up a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously.
Right. That's
you have the access to scan the dark web for trafficking?
Yeah. I can get that done. Not me personally, but I know somebody, yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Please. I mean, you're not more for me, but
yeah, no, but is that how you feel? That's what you think is going on?
Everybody keeps talking about trafficking and trafficking and trafficking. And they just found 11 missing kids, and everybody's going after this whole sex offender bullshit. So if there's anything to it and someone took him and it's trafficking, where would they go?
Right.
Because if he were within 5 miles of this house, there's no chance that he wouldn't have been found. None.
Huh. Well, now I'm very less likely to believe that. You don't ask somebody to look those kinds of things up if that's what you did.
Right.
Because I know every single group, agency, technology, everything that was brought in, there's no chance he was within 5 miles of this house.
Okay.
It was done over and over and over, and they used heat sinking, they used FLIR, they used vision, they used night. I mean, they did. They did. If you can name it, they did it, and they did it in multiple ways. I don't think he's that close to home,
unless he's in a basement.
Yeah. I mean, that would be true. I mean, that would be a reasonable way to think that if he were within 5 miles, that if he were in someone's basement, then, then they wouldn't find him that way. Because they obviously they couldn't have searched every home within the 5 miles, because there's just going to be people that will tell you no. Even if you ask and say, hey, we're looking for, a lot of people just aren't going to let you in their house.
Yeah, I spy. I know that stresses me out too.
Yeah. I would love to be hopeful. I just don't think that's where it is, but I don't know. Yeah, KP has Texas lady here says this gets me too. KP has such a flat effect in her voice, right?
Yeah,
there's just something.
Yeah, and Opal says, how does someone disappear out of a locked house? That's
know.
that's the question. Without their shoes.
And just the way she says, I don't think he's that close to home.
It's very odd.
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna go back just a hair.
Chance he was within 5 miles of this house.
Okay.
It was done over and over and over, and they used heat sinking. They used
Yeah.
FLIR. They used vision.
What's FLIR?
Yeah, it came up as flare, but that's not what she
No,
said.
but she said FLIR.
FLIR.
No.
I don't know. They used night. I mean, they did. They did. If you can name it, they did it, and they did it in multiple ways. I don't think he's that close to home, unless he's in a basement. I was begging them to search farther.
Okay.
This area has been canvassed.
That's interesting too.
Okay.
Don't look here, look out, look further out. And CP has said that himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a mom too, baby. I get it. I do. I have a 15-year-old son as well. And you're doing a good job of keeping yourself together, which some people interpret badly.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Every one of them spineless cowards ain't got the fucking...
See, sorry, they were having a nice moment there.
I know.
He's always got to have something to say.
I mean, they were having kind of a nice bonding moment there. And oh, sorry.
See, and what a contradiction this is. Every one of them spineless cowards ain't got the balls to come over. Well, how are you going to come over with all those trespassing signs and your easements?
Well, she just knocked on their door.
You're going to get berated for stepping on their grass. How are you supposed to come over, right?
Balls to come over.
Which way is it?
Paul ain't got nothing. All they got is a keyboard to put out there.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit stories.
I wasn't trying to be hateful. It's just, there's so many people.
So do you plan on releasing any of the footage and pictures that you took of the house?
No. That's for me. That's for my file.
There's not an inch of my house inside or out that hasn't been publicly posted. So you can find it. It's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures, regardless, you can find the pictures of every angle.
Yeah.
On silk.
I'm sure.
Well, I will say as much. Before you make that trip to Memphis, I need to make sure, one, I'll be able to have the time to actually sit down and talk, because we have concrete floors to chip below, and those hours are longer than normal. So I don't want to sit up there and waste your time and your energy or your gas and stuff coming down here if I can't actually be to sit down.
Hey, let me get your guys' phone numbers, and can I just call you when I'm in Jackson tomorrow?
Send me a text.
Okay, what's your number?
83.
Okay, and Katie, what's your number?
Just send me a text right now with your name so I know. If not, I'll be like...
Yeah, okay, I will.
Yeah.
Ironically, they don't bark much. I just gave them a phone. I give them each a bone. And
It's not a phone, it's a bone. What?
She's explaining the barking.
I give them each a bone, and then one of them puts it down and barks the other one for the bone the other one has.
then one of them puts it down and barks at
I believe she's telling the truth about that.
Yeah.
the other for the bone that the other one has.
All right, you both have my phone number now.
But she's also trying to make the point that their dogs don't bark that much, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it on that one.
So that's the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of an interesting point. Show Poodle said they didn't search long enough to do it over and over and over again.
What, 8 days?
Yeah,
Something like that.
You can't thoroughly cover an area that detailed in that many ways in that short of a time.
Right, Cajun.
That's another good point. Just My Girl says that really gets me. He works nights pouring concrete. Who does that at nighttime?
Mm-hmm.
That is odd. But I thought he was a crane operator.
I think he said pouring concrete footers. I think it just kind of got distorted.
Oh, okay.
Because I listened to it a lot today.
He still dissuades her from coming. He does say, like, yeah, I hate for you to drive all this way. La, 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 la. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I mean, what? I mean, Gibby's got to work. So you still got to pay the bills. I understand all that, but
Gray Dragon says
we're talking like an hour conversation at some point, you know.
He was sure about meeting her, but doesn't seem as willing. Well, I don't want to waste your time coming here later on. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and somebody said it sounds like he's making excuses not to talk to her.
I mean, all of that time, 20 minutes of them talking to a PI trying to find their son. The majority of it spent
trespass.
Yeah, about a court trespassing. You're not going to find him. You're not going to do anything that TBI and FBI can't do. There's nothing to find. Everything's been searched. He's not here.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have access to the dark web? Maybe
you should check there.
Maybe you should check there. Like, you know, like the FBI is not checking the dark web too, you know.
I thought that was a very odd comment.
Yeah. Feels like a red herring. Feels like let's push you in the wrong direction.
Well, it's getting the PI off in an area that she knows that nothing will be found.
Nanny, it was it's my understanding it was day 50 is when the recording was.
So without a calendar, this puts us somewhere around the end of April, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And the case was a pressure cooker at that point.
Oh, it was.
I think we're going to have a part 2 on this and do the other audio.
Because we haven't done
that.
Yeah, we haven't done the other one where he really
pretty bad.
I mean, he really loses. If you thought that was bad,
mm-hmm.
the other one's really bad. As far as just the anger.
Well, maybe we could do a part 2.
And then there's something else we haven't done.
Yeah, there was another.
Oh, we haven't. I don't know.
Oh, you haven't done the.
I haven't even listened to
what was that noise?
The mic stand. Oh. Sorry. I haven't even listened to the Hatfield McCoy one.
We didn't do. Is it White Boy? Is that what his name is?
No, Nerdy Addict.
Nerdy Addict. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can play his. I don't think that.
Oh, I don't. We could message him and ask.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll just read transcripts or something.
Mm-hmm.
At least go over the main points.
Mm-hmm.
The same with the Hatfield McCoys. I don't know if they mind.
Well, we always reach out when we use people's stuff.
So
I always ask. That's how we met Bullhorn Betty, is because I reached out to her and said, we would like to use your Seth Rogers interview on our show. Would that be okay with you? And she was like, of course. Thank you so much for asking. You can use any of my stuff.
Right.
And that's how we met Josh. I reached out to Josh the same way.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that is a good point. Nanny said, Mrs. E, he kept saying he worked at night, and they don't have night shift at St. Jude because of the Memphis city limits thing. They have to be done by 10.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but day 50 after, he could have been assigned to something else.
Yeah,
right?
he may not have been at
He might not have been at St. Jude.
Well, he was obviously in Jackson.
Well, if he's working for a company, they may have different locations or assigned.
But I think he was in Jackson, like you said, probably for interviews or something. Because why else would he be in Jackson?
Yeah, I think he took someone was saying, didn't he take a different job? I think he moved off that site. I think they moved him somewhere, if I remember correctly.
It was probably causing too much distraction at the site because there were people going there and trying to interview him. They were interviewing people he worked with that were on the ground there.
Yeah, which, a lot of that's understandable, actually. I get it.
Yeah, that's right, Kim. That's what I thought. Around the time of the Nancy Grace interview, he was doing a different job, but he was still in the same area, working for the same company. I'm sure they have multiple construction projects going on.
Oh, yeah.
Crane
operators, I would say, are in high demand, too.
That's exactly right. That's
a very specialized job.
Yes.
Good job security.
Yeah, Gray Dragon said, didn't he say he almost lost his job and had to go back? Something like that.
Yeah, he did.
It's crazy. as much as I feel like I know this case, I've forgotten so many things
know.
until other people remind me, because
Mhm.
I did a terrible job of keeping a timeline.
I know.
And because we didn't know what we were doing. We
You
at
also
all.
don't know that this case isn't going to be solved like that, and that the timeline would not be as important as it is now.
Right.
But if we had kept one, it would have been very useful. Could we even do it at this point? Go back and really,
I feel so
because it would be interesting.
oversaturated with information, though.
Well, I know Betty has done this before, but go back over some of those old interviews, and there's so much stuff.
See, what I think would be interesting is see where this stuff fits in now. Like, okay, so what happened around day 50 that they're reacting
What was
to?
going on?
I would have to have help. You two
I know.
can't just sit here and enjoy yourself. I would have to have help. I would have
know.
to have people like writing things
know.
down, and that's legible.
That's legible.
And
Well, I mean,
this happened on day
Oh,
50 and things
I
like
find
that.
it interesting that they had already been given tip that he was buried in concrete at his work site. I mean,
Hey, Kim, I'll take your timeline. I love timelines. I had one going, and my problem is I'm a perfectionist. And it's not like, I'm
My
a
cat's name is
recovering
Karen.
perfectionist.
My cat's name is Karen. Says she could help with anything we need done. She has plenty of time.
Oh, thank you. No, I have this. I tend to try so hard to make things perfect, and if it's not perfect, I don't complete a task. Basically, I get bogged down with the details, and I think about a million different ways to make it better. And
I even forgot about Narc Diver. Because
yeah?
he did say something to him about I remember he talked about burying some body in concrete with the Narc Divers.
Yes.
I remember that. Gosh, there's been so many things that have been said. I mean, he has provided so much information by being on all these different YouTubers and talking to all these people. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there.
Okay, somebody was worried about me sleeping. I'm sleeping. Oh, Nanny wants to know if I'm getting enough rest. I look very tired. I have natural dark circles, but I am getting tired because when it gets about this time of night, I'm reading my my books and I'm going to bed.
Well, I want to tell you what I've been doing the last 6 days. I've been going back over the entire Murdaugh trial, witness by witness.
She loves this, y'all.
I have.
Okay,
why aren't you doing it on camera? People would do it with you.
Do you want us to watch it so that we can, like, who are you watching it through?
Court TV has every day of the trial.
You're just going back and watching what they cover.
Day 1,
like,
day 2, day 3.
How many days is it?
Send me the link and I'll watch it here and there and catch up on it and see what happened.
Well, the beginning's kind of boring, but boy, I'm on day 7 and the witnesses are getting good. And he hasn't.
But how long are the days?
23.
No, but no, how long? Like we were sitting in our chair for 7 hours for Megan
Boswell.
Boswell.
The good thing about these is you can fast forward on all their breaks. You can fast forward on their lunches.
What about the sidebar?
They don't really have a lot of sidebar. What they do is they turn down for a few seconds here and there. One thing that's really neat about this trial that is they have evidence about other crimes. And they're trying to show how those crimes and the guilt for those crimes played into this crime, because he stole like tons of money from his clients, tons.
Okay.
So they're trying to show how all of these things he did, but then they do have to have some of that outside of the jury's presence, so the judge can rule on whether those things are even admissible at all. So you get to find all these financial crimes along with all the evidence from the actual unalivings. Wow. Yes, Michelle, I have listened to Mandy Matney's podcast, the new ones. I have not gone back and listened to her old ones, but I also have her book. I have not finished.
See, here's my problem. You know what the outcome is. I like the mystery.
Oh, but that is a neat part of it. However, this case is fascinating, and the data and all the phone forensics. It's just amazing.
I don't know
You wouldn't like it.
I don't know if I could be invested for 7 days before it gets interesting.
Michelle, I will go back and start listening.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, like today was the accountant for the law office. And
riveting.
Don't oversell it.
But she goes over how he stole the millions and millions of dollars and all of the money that he stole from the clients. I mean, these are people that had personal injuries, like that were hurt in car accidents or killed, and the money that they were rightfully owed, he steals it. And that's not even the crimes that they're trying him for. They're trying him for, 2 unalivings of his family members. So, but we also got tonight to his best friend's in tears on the stand. It's just, it's a tragic story, but it's fascinating. So Mandy Matney was the actual reporter that was trying to tie other crimes to what happened. And it's a huge story. It's just like unreal, all of the stuff. It's good.
Hindsight channel would be one of the first places you'd go to start piecing together the timeline.
Well, I was gonna say I love Hindsight. I think Hindsight has a wonderful channel, and she and BMW and all of them do a great job. But I could actually watch our shows too.
Yeah, because we pretty much
covered it. It's just my memory is gone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nanny.
I'm oversaturated.
Right. You're right. We would remember when a lot of things happened and kind of what the tone of things were back just by watching our
I just really hate watching myself. So I think we need to wrap it up because I'm getting sleepy and the dogs are pawing at me.
They're ready.
And
I'm pretty tired. It's almost midnight my time. So,
well, thank you everybody for being here and being patient with us while we were gone. Appreciate all the support and all the memberships and gifts and all of that tonight. And of course,
you guys are the best. And thank you to all the moderators and all the old friends that were here. Awesome. And hey, Kim, did you get to see our email? I'm going to put that in. It's crimecast@proton.me is our email. I would love for you to email me that. What?
Cool Cougar said forensic accounting, fascinating. LOL. Whatever makes you happy.
That's what I'm saying. I think Cool Cougar has the same.
I want to know, Rumi, too, how many days of the trial were you actually there? Look, I keep looking for you on the camera while I'm watching the court cases because you can see everybody. I keep looking, but I can't see people very good as they get further back. But I just wondered.
I'll just find it on Court TV and I'll start watching it.
If we're gonna watch it, well, just have it on while we're doing chores and things. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you to all of our moderators and all of our friends that came out to hang out with us tonight. We're going to have to do a part 2 because there was even more stuff I wanted to get into tonight, and I'm exhausted.
I know.
And
we're basically getting caught up on 2 months of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say we need a whole nother night to finish this stuff. Just and maybe even another one.
I know.
Caught up.
And keeps, things keep coming out.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. We will see you all soon. You want to wrap it up?
Now, look.
No?
Josh is here. We're getting ready to go to bed.
Oh, he's just waking up. He's on the West Coast.
Hi, Josh. Nice to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Josh.
The lab.
Josh, of course, is awesome.
I know it is crazy that I didn't drink. Romy, you got to text me how many days you were there.
Let's see.
I want to know.
I don't know if that works.
Josh, are you about to go live? Are you about to do something tonight?
Can we redirect to you?
We always have to catch you in the morning because we can't stay up as late as you roll.
Yes.
If you're about to go live, is that your plan?
It's lab after dark, though.
Yeah, usually.
I'm trying to make there it goes. Sub up to the lab. Hi, Guilty of Crime. Yeah, nice to see you. Gosh, now we're
catching us at the end.
We'll be on in an hour. Lord have mercy.
Are you going to be on after dark or? Let me get that. I don't have that one handy. Let's see. I have the lab.
So good to see everybody again. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Let's see. Okay, here
Yeah.
we go. This is Lab After Dark.
Radio silence.
I'm typing. Like I
Type
said,
in Lab After Dark.
yes. All right.
I'm out of water too.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up, guys, and sub up to Hindsight and all of the friends. Please feel free to put your links in chat, and anybody that's here supporting us, we appreciate you. And Guilty of Crime, great channel, especially if you want. She's great on the Madeline Soto case, just really good.
Yeah, she's been covering a lot of different stuff as of late, but that's where I found her was her coverage on Soto was really good.
Yes.
But
all right, I'm sleepy and I'm
know.
spacing out.
I
So
know.
you guys have a great night. And I haven't set up the stream to end. So hold on 1 second. Just keep saying goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Girl Me Too said, please keep Middle E in your prayers. Thank you so much.
Yes, please keep them in your prayers. We do have another MRI coming up in
early December.
December 2nd.
Second or some. It was. I thought it was the 6th. Maybe it is the 2nd.
Let me grab my calendar. It's right here.
We'll be back before then.
I know, but we just want prayers for. Oh,
We want to keep it specific.
Yes, good results. Let's see.
I think is it the 2nd?
It is. It's an early morning on the 2nd. So, well, thank you guys for the orange hearts and the prayers and just being so kind to us. We love you guys and we appreciate you. And we hope you have a wonderful night.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you next time.
We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine a light for you. We're holding on to hope for you. We remember you. We